Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. Take the thing to see. Breathe just like a wind, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip cards into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Hello and welcome, my friends, to the Devil's Date Issue. It's our Thursday night podcast where we talk over general bullshit as usual. As today, you have me, myself, Fatman T, as usual, and also sitting in the corner, we have the man who managed to create the most STIs in the entire northern United States. He makes every cougar's moist sweat gusset, floor with over-mounted juices, and he just to enjoy it. We have Mr. Vegas.
Hello!
Hello. Now,
Mr. Vegas literally just sat down.
on his moist, wet seat.
Yes, because Mr. Vegas had to run downstairs and get some supplies, and Mr. Vegas had to run back up the stairs to make it in time. So I am out of fucking breath.
You ran? Jesus Christ.
I know.
So,
Because
usual,
I got distracted.
we have to wait our general 10 minutes of streaming time before we can do anything.
We do,
Videos
we
and
do.
stuff.
Yes.
We haven't swore yet, so that's good.
Well, while we wait on that, right? I got some I want to say quickly, right?
Oh, some housekeeping.
And it's not even housekeeping, it's more of I want to fucking complain about something, right?
I didn't do it.
No, you definitely didn't do it. You weren't involved in this, right? So, you know the fucking delivery company Hermes, right?
Yes.
Fuck those guys with a passion. Oh my fucking god, right? Here's what happened, right? So I was on Amazon, right, last week. And I ordered, like, one of them fucking portable camping stove things, right? The one that comes with a little plastic briefcase and shit.
Yeah.
You know the type, right? Ordered one of them, right?
Camping so should never take camping, yes.
Yeah. They said, like, fucking, right, we'll arrive on, I think, like, the Thursday of last week it was going to arrive, right? I was like, fucking perfect, a week earlier than I need it, fucking bada bing, bada boom, perfection, right? So, I'm waiting, right? Gets to the Thursday, no fucking cooker. Friday, no fucking cooker. Saturday, Sunday, same stories, no fucking cooker.
Hermes lost it.
Right? Well, I go on Amazon on Monday, right? And Amazon says, right, if it's not here by the 10th, which is today, right? No, yesterday, sorry. If it's not here by the 10th, come back to this page on the 11th and you can claim a refund. And I said, perfect, I'll do that, right? So the 10th rolls around yesterday. No fucking cooker, right? So I get up today, right? I'm like, right, I'm gonna have my breakfast, a cup of coffee in me, I'm gonna claim that fucking 20 quid back, right? Because that 20 quid, it could realistically come in handy, actually, thinking about it. So I'll do that, right? Sat down, I'm having my breakfast. I've just finished my cereal. I've put my bowl in the fucking sink, right? There's a chap at the door. I'm like, oh, funny. I'm not expecting, right? I look through like the glass at my door, right? I can see the silhouette of the guy, and I can clearly see there's a van parked up outside as well. And I'm like, if this is that fucking cooker, if this is that fucking camp, I swear to God, I'm gonna knock a bitch out, right? My landlord answered the door before I could get to the door, right? Takes the parcel and she hands it to me, right? Landlord had to stop me from throwing the front door open and chasing the fucking delivery driver down, barefoot, because I wanted to knock him out. So I was like, right, I've got the cooker, fine. But you know, it's the principle of it, right? It's a week late. I want at least a £5 back, right? I want some money back as compensation, because like, piss take, right?
Yeah.
So I go on the Amazon app to try and chance me arm and see, can I refund this, right? No. Hermes had already contacted Amazon earlier in the day to say, we found this parcel, we'll deliver it later. So, Hermes, fuck you and everything you stand for, right? Because A, you were a week late in delivering my shit, right? You delivered it the day I was meant to get the fucking refund, you assholes, right? If you're gonna leave it that late, don't fucking bother, right? Just keep the fucking thing.
Especially
Keep it to one of your employees as a... Yeah, like, if you're gonna fucking deliver it that late, keep it and just give it to one of your employees as a fucking signing bonus or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
the question is, does it actually work?
as far as I can tell, yes. I've not given it a proper test, but I opened it. All the bits are there. Everything appears to be in order.
Because Hermes,
you know.
got to your front door. You just dropped it over a hedge somewhere.
I mean, in fairness, it was very heavily wrapped in like tape and bubble wrap and shit. So like, if they dropped it or anything, it'll be fine.
It is Hermes. I'll probably run over 4 times for good measure.
Yeah, like, even still, like, and there was no visible damage to it when it arrived. So, like, at the minute, I'm assuming it's working. I'm going to test it later tonight after the show, because I very much intend on, like, taking my full kit now that it's all here out on a little test spin over the weekend. So, like, Friday night and Saturday morning. Do a little overnight camp and test all full kit.
Hang on. Back in 2
So,
seconds.
yeah, go for it. So, yeah, that was the thing I wanted to gripe about. Hermes, fuck you, and everything you stand for, you assholes. It's the last time I get you to deliver anything for me. From now on, I'm going to goddamn DPD. They deliver shit on time. Or better yet, just fucking Royal Mail, because it's slightly more expensive, but again, my shit gets here on time.
So, I'm going to show you a picture. Come back. Because
welcome
I'm
back.
have this argument off stream about what a proper camp store is supposed to look like.
A proper what, sorry?
Camp store is supposed to look like. Not your suitcase fucking thing that doesn't actually work.
I mean, it does work. Like, you put the gas in it, it makes a fire, it works. Like I said, I've had them in the past. They're useful. Like, they do the job.
Yeah, if you have a caravan.
No, I've used them in tents and shit. Like, they're fine. You know, as long as you've got, like, some kind of wind protection, a little bit of shelter around it, it works fine. Like, it's no biggie. You know, is it slightly inconvenient that I have to cook my shit inside of my lean-to? Yeah, slightly inconvenient, but I just moved the sleeping bag away from the fire. Problem solved.
Alright, there's that one. I'm not finished yet.
Where are you putting these? Sorry,
just send it straight to your general chat. Not our chat, your...
Ah, right, yeah. Fuck is that?
That's his box.
Okay, it's a similar... that's clearly a smaller scale, but it's a similar kind of device by the look of it.
It's not.
It's like a little plastic box. I'm guessing like the bit with the 2 lines lifts up and you put a little, like, fuel supply in there. Actually, well, while you're doing this, right, I know this doesn't help you, the folks at home, but... Yeah, okay, yeah. It's like you put it on top of a little butane tank, and yeah. I did see a few of those on Amazon, but they were like 15 quid.
Yeah,
and they didn't come with a butane tank, and I was like, I'm not spending extra money on the fucking butane to go with it. Like, if I'm buying a kit, I want it to come with the butane, because, like, I'm cheap.
Yeah, this is a combat. This was lovely known in circles as a combat cockroach. A combat cockroach. Right. Now the gas these use is a special blend designed to work in like sub-zero, like talking like sub-zero temperatures here,
Yeah.
and that, and they put out
In-
quite a lot of energy.
Yeah, in fairness, I don't need it to work at sub-zero temperatures. I don't live in the fucking Arctic.
Well, I got it because I decided to go rock climbing up a fucking mountain. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be in a forest, in a deep fucking valley, right, next to a river. You know, like, it's not gonna be that cold.
also compared to yours, it weighs about 2 kilos. That thing only weighs about 100 grams.
To be fair, I've got like a proper hike bag, so like it's honestly not that heavy. Once I've got like all my clothes and shit in the bag with it, because like most of my kits there, I just need to put the clothes in, like because all the gas and everything's like in the bag. Once my clothes are in it, it'll be like a bit heavier for the full kit. But it's honestly, considering the shit that's in the bag, it's not that heavy.
Well, my dad got me this one, and he got me this what? This particular one I'm using now. I've had since I was 15 when I got this one.
Yeah,
The idea of how old the damn thing is,
so
and that, and
like
it's
just
still working perfectly fine. Whereas those suitcase ones, you probably last what, a year, maybe 2, if you're lucky.
well, I mean, the 2 or 3 I've got in my shed that don't work anymore lasted 6 years.
Yeah, this is
Like
about
getting
50
used periodically, like twice a year if they were lucky. So like, you know,
I've used this heavily, and it's still going strong after what, 20 years.
yeah. To be fair, the ones in my shed would have lasted longer if I didn't leave them in a shed. Because you know they're covered in rust and shit now. That's why they don't work. They're rusted out entirely.
This isn't rust. It's been battered around mountains and all sorts.
Yeah, but it didn't sit in a mouldy shed for 6 goddamn years, did it? You know. So
I could do, and it still work.
yeah, like if I open my kit back here in the background, what I'll do is I'll get the one I've bought out, the brand new one. I'll get it out and I'll send you it. Before I do that, I've got to tie a knot in here because the knots come out.
He's looking for his butt plug, people. Be warned.
Hang on, I'm tying a knot in a bit of string. Wait.
Can't hear what I'm saying because he's got his headphones off.
No, I still have the headphones on. I can hear you. And then, you big heavy fucker, come on.
See, we know he's going camping, but I'm pretty sure it's a dogging session he's going to.
No, I'm literally just going out camping for like 1 day.
I guarantee some special kit is going to be that maid costume with the stockings and cat ears.
I mean, no. Ow.
Oh, come on, you gotta admit, that'd be funny as hell. Someone takes a random picture of you just walking through the woods dressed as a French cat maid.
It would be funny, but it's a step forward even for me.
Oh, come on. There'd be a new legend in Scotland then, wouldn't it? Not a Sasquatch, it's the cat maid.
I'm trying to angle
appears-
this so I don't get, like, identifying shit into the photo. Hang on.
It appears on a warm, misty nights when the tinge is just right.
There we go, that one. That's close enough. So if I send you this photo that I've just taken.
Any twinks in the city be warned.
I know this doesn't help you, the folks at home, to understand, but, like, you know. Shut up. So. Yeah, select more photos.
This is extreme nerd shit now.
There you go. Ignore the mess that you can very clearly see in the background.
Where do you put it?
I've just sent it straight to you.
It hasn't come up yet.
It should be waiting in like a couple seconds. If not, I'll put my phone back on and make sure I actually fucking sent it properly. Yeah, I'll tidy put it inside that bag up later. Busy right now.
Nope, you haven't sent it to me.
No, I definitely did.
No, you didn't.
I may have sent it to someone else by accident then. In which case, oopsies. If that person is listening, in which sorry if you're listening. I see what happened.
You didn't send, did you?
Yeah, no, I sent it, but I closed the Discord app way too quickly afterwards, so it didn't send. Right, you should get it through now.
Yeah, it's your box standard benchtop stove.
Yeah, it's basically like a little Bunsen burner, basically. Put a little butane can in there, like it does its job.
Well, I don't like
Like,
that.
it's fine.
is those the pressure valves here. Where the pressure valve is?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are those are horrible for braking.
Oh yeah, they are.
They're not very strong.
They're
whatsoever.
really shit. They're really shit, but it'll do the job. It's fine.
Anyway, we now have reached, I believe, 16 minutes, so we can now talk about main bullshit.
Well, hey!
Right, for our main bullshit topic we have, I need to share something with Vegas so we can actually see what we're doing.
That would help.
It would. Hang on.
It would also help if the people can see it too. That would also be useful.
They will say in a second.
Yeah. Since, you know.
Let's make sure it comes up properly.
Okay. The button.
It is? Yep, there we go.
Yep. Oh.
Yay, we have Chili.
Yeah.
Now, Chili has now started his own personal blog of his bullshit. And as you can tell, he wants to polish. I think it's supposed to be abolish, but that's spelled wrong.
No, that's how you spell abolish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow, this seems like the most selective way of sitting looking I can think of. But anyway,
It's one of those words that don't look correct, but like that is how you spell abolish.
he wants to defund the ATF. In this article he's written, which I'm pretty sure he didn't write.
Yeah.
Since Chile has been known to use chatbot
GPT.
that GPT chatbot thing to now write his own court cases against people.
Oh, please.
He's been caught doing it once or twice.
He's not using a chatbot to write fucking court cases. There's no fucking way.
He is to his court filings.
Why?
Because he's a retard. That's why.
Like if you're gonna use an AI, just hire a fucking lawyer to do it instead. Like, if you're already not gonna do it yourself, like what's the fucking point?
Because technically he's still pro se.
Yeah, but what's the fucking point?
No,
It's not him that's doing it, so why fucking bother?
Never mind. You do trifolds up as well.
Like, it's... I hate it. I hate this so fucking much.
Anyway, we're going to quickly go through this. It's not very long.
Yeah, let's give it a read through. See if I
You
can...
see, it's actually not that long, oddly enough. Right, here we go. There's a growing call for Americans to abolish the ATF, and for good reason. I doubt you have one. The ATF, or the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms and Explosives, it does not call that, but never mind. It's supposed to fall under firearms, but we'll let that slide.
Yeah, it's, you know.
It's an agency within the Department of Justice. It's not part of the executive branch. So try again.
Mm-hmm.
It has a history of overstepping its boundary. See, why is there a comma there?
Why is there a... Yeah. There shouldn't... There's... Is that a comma, or is that a...
It's a comma.
Hang on, that might be a fleck.
It's
Hang
not
on,
a comma.
Nope, that's a comma. I've just scratched my screen. That is, in fact... That's... Yeah. That's there.
So overstepping, pause, for dramatic effect, its boundaries of infringing on Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens.
Full
No,
stop. I
it
think.
doesn't. This recent decree, this is a change of rule regarding pistols. Hang on, I think why is there full stop there? I suppose it's pistol braces.
Friends and nice and one citizens. Full stop. Why is there... Oh, sorry, I've skipped to the next sentence. Why is there a comma there?
That's what I'm at now. The agency, comma. Recent this is to change rules regarding pistols, full stop, braces, is just the latest example of this overreach.
I think this was genuinely written by fucking an AI.
I think it is, yeah.
It would explain this.
That grammar's horrible.
That is painful.
For people now who don't know what pistol braces are, it's a type of brace which fits over the entire forearm and the pistol to reduce recoil and shock. Now, there's an odd way of ruling is that if you get an AR-15, shorten its barrel, and put on what's called one of these braces, it becomes then a pistol, not a rifle.
Yes.
Therefore, it doesn't fall under the rifle exemption rules. It's a weird system.
Like in Florida, like, I think it's Florida anyway, if you put a pistol brace and, like, a certain type of fucking barrel on a fucking, like, a 9mm, it becomes a goddamn felony.
Well, yeah, it's
It starts being classed as technically a rifle.
It's the gun Glock conversion kit.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. That's classed as a bracer, in theory.
It's like in Florida where you get a Glock conversion kit and it's like, in just 3 easy steps, turn your pistol into a fucking felony. Enjoy!
Yeah. We took, remember the brace used to have in the Black Widows, slingshots?
No. I know what a pistol brace is, but like...
Yeah. I think the worst one, for example, of a pistol brace is the Magnum 44's solid frame lock bracer.
Didn't even fucking know the Magnum 44 had a brace.
Yeah, the design one. It was meant for women so they could fire the 44 one-handed. Yeah, it just broke the arm instead.
Well, yeah, it's... Like a brace on it if you're two-handing, I can understand, but for one-handing, no.
Yeah,
No, that will shatter your fucking shoulder blades. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, the brace was designed for one-handed firing of the Magnum 44. Like Dirty Harry style.
What fucking idiot went with that idea?
I have no idea. Consider that Dirty Harry lowered the grain of the shot, so it's less powerful.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get back to this abortion of a fucking grammar already. What gives the ATF authority? The ATF, well, that should not be a question mark, really, there, mate. It's more like a dash, or, you know.
No, the question mark's acceptable. Because like, that is a question. You know, he's opening the conversation with a question. So, like, yeah, the question mark kind of makes sense.
The ATF was created in 1972. It wasn't.
Yeah, no.
No one needed created at that time. It
think
went
I'm
through an
too sure,
iteration
I think.
change at that point, because it changed its name quite a few times, but the agency's been there for a while. Under the Gun Control Act, which gave it the power to regulate firearms and explosives. However, the agency's power has expanded over the years. It has now the ability to change its own rules without going through Congress. It can't.
Yeah, no, it can't.
No, it enacts the rules Congress made. What changes is how they enforce.
Mm-hmm.
The lack of oversight has led to abuse of power, which has a recent decision to reclassify pistol braces as illegal. No, they didn't. Congress did that.
Yeah, that was Congress that made that decision, not the ATF.
Yep. They can regulate how the braces are used. They say it's illegal.
Yeah.
They say bracer plus barrel makes it a rifle, or just bracer makes it a pistol. That's what they could do. They can't already ban something. That's down to Congress. It's important to know that the ATF is part of the executive branch. Now, you say it's part of the Department of Justice in your first paragraph. Which is it? It can't be part of both.
Part of the executive branch under the... Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
DOJ is a complete separate branch.
It's one or the other, dickhead. It's... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, under the direct operation of the President. This means Congress does not have direct control over the agency unless they strip out the power by repealing, even says here, the 1934 National Firearms Act and the 1968 Gun Control Act. This is likely to happen. That's true. And why is there a fucking full stop there?
I'm sorry, the 1934 National Firearms Act and the 19... Is that supposed to say and instead of in?
That's supposed to be and, yes.
Because I'm no law expert, but I'm pretty sure those are different things.
No, they're technically the same
Not
topic.
a thing inside another thing. I'm pretty sure the 34 National Firearm Act is a separate thing from the 1968 Gun Control Act. I don't think it's in the 68 Gun Control Act.
It's not. We're think about this. Remember the our knife reform bill that was passed last month.
Yeah.
That was part of the knife reform bill of 1972, but part of the knife reform act of part of the Weapons Reform Act of 1912.
Right, yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so technically, the 1968 Gun Control Act was part of the National Firearms Act, in a way.
Right,
You just
yeah. No, I'm
written
with
it
you.
horribly wrong. Yeah.
Nobody is that about perfect. Sorry, I'm reading ahead.
Yeah, but who's in charge of the ATF? Currently, the acting director of the ATF is Steve Delabliche,
Dettelbach.
the former federal prosecutor who has no experience in firearms. Right. Here's a quick thing. Right, very much head of companies have very little expertise in the company they run.
Mhm.
As a
That's
prosecutor,
why they have employees.
right? As a prosecutor, it means he has knowledge of the law
Mm-hmm.
and how the law works. Right? Does that mean he has to know exactly how the hammer strikes a firing pin, which then ignites the blasting cap, which then ignites the powder, which then expels the bullet down the barrel at highest velocities? He doesn't
That
know
as well. That's all the ATF deals in other shit. He could very well have experience in alcohol, tobacco, or explosives.
Yes.
It's unlikely, but you never know.
But that's the point. It's just because he's made the acting director means he has to understand the law. Or he has the ability to run a department. He relies on the grunts on the ground or people just below him to know exactly and out. His job is to make sure the whole thing doesn't catch fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I guarantee the president has no idea on how to run a country for the most part, because obviously he doesn't. Yet he was still elected.
Because the president has lackeys underneath him that do know how to do that shit. They basically tell him, doing this will lead to this result, doing that will lead to that result. These are your options. The president just kind of picks the options presented.
Basically, remember the Simpsons movie?
Yes, very well. It's a good movie.
It's decent.
Yeah, I rather enjoy The Simpsons.
You had Arnold Schwarzenegger as president, and just basically showed him like four files. They pick an option.
Yes,
That's essentially how the president works.
That's quite literally how the president works. Just slightly less corrupt.
I mean, it used to be that the president had to have military service before he could become president.
Mm-hmm.
That was reformed for a while back, but in the general case, most presidents have some military career in case they have to go to war.
So was that what president was it now? He went to war, became a movie star, and then became president. Fucking...
No idea what you're talking about.
It wasn't John Wayne. It's the one that did the same types of movies as John Wayne. He did a lot of cowboy shit.
No, I think Reagan didn't do the military service. George Bush, he was paid out doing Vietnam. His daddy bought him out of Vietnam.
I think not. So I need to Google it now. This is gonna do my fucking nut.
Actually, yeah.
Who was the film star?
Clinton, Bush,
U.S.
Yeah, Clinton,
President.
Bush, Obama, Trump, and I believe Biden never fought in any wars. Except Vietnam.
Reagan apparently is the one I'm thinking of.
Reagan, maybe, yeah.
Proceeded by.
But Reagan also tried to give a fucking a Medal of Honor to fucking Rambo.
Yeah. Governor of that, president of. Fuck! Hang on!
What?
Ronald Reagan was the president of the Screen Actors Guild.
Yes.
I did not know that.
It's also highly insane.
That's very cool. So children don't really give a shit about all of this. Actors. He was also a sports broadcaster for a bit.
He had a lot of jobs.
He was a politician, a union leader, an actor, and a sports broadcaster. In that order, apparently. Right, so Ronald Reagan was in the United States Army Reserves, the United States Air Force as well. From 1947 to 1942, he was a reserve, so during World War II, and then 1942 through 1945, he was a regular. He got the rank of captain. He served with the 322nd Cavalry Regiment, the 323rd Cavalry Regiment, and the 18th AAF Base Unit.
So
he fought during World War II.
He missed D-Day, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
He came in after D-Day.
But, he still served.
Yes, like I say, I'm pretty sure the top ones currently, Clinton didn't serve, Bush didn't serve, Obama didn't, and I'm pretty sure Trump didn't. I know that he didn't do it, And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Biden didn't serve either because he's been in public office for the past 70 odd years. So none of those presidents have any military experience. So therefore
Yeah.
they should never conduct a war.
Yeah.
They have no business experience, so they shouldn't, apart from Trump, so they can't make trade deals. That's the criteria Chile's going off.
I mean, in fairness, most of them couldn't make trade deals, let's be fair. Most of them kind of fucked it up.
Well, Obama was a lawyer, a prosecutor.
Yeah.
Um,
He did okay in trade deals, to be fair, from what I remember. He did
Clinton-
alright at that. He got a couple good ones in.
Clinton was a porn star. Well, I think he
Yeah.
was trying to be. That's where he was going. Joe Biden recommends Huggies over Pampers. That's the best trade deal you can go for at the moment. After that, I don't think he knows where he's at.
Hang on, why? What conversation was Joe Biden having where that was in any way a sentence that he was required to say? Like I need to know, what was that conversation where Joe Biden went, yeah, no, Huggies over Pampers? Like, what the fuck was that interview?
His diapers.
Yeah, but what the fuck was that conversation?
What kind?
Like-
You know he regularly shits himself on TV.
Yeah, but still, like, who fucking said what? Where he went, yeah, no, Huggies. Like, what fucking led to that?
Probably nothing. You just said it.
It wouldn't surprise me, but also, like, it's so out of left field. Like, someone had to have said something to put it in his head as a thing that should be said.
Yeah, it probably was 96. It's time for a diaper change.
Like,
I don't want the Pampers today. I'll for the Huggies. They have pretty pictures on it.
Matt, like, what? I mean,
I mean, it's like,
fuck it. Fuck it. You know, I'm curious, actually, right? I'm curious. Right, now, folks at home, right, as you may or may not know, right, myself, Mr. Vegas here, right, I don't have children. I work with children, but I don't have children of my own. You know, fucking thank the Lord, cross the T's, all that shit, you know, hope and pray that it never fucking changes. You know, in fact, Matty, I know you don't have kids either, right? But
No.
I know you've been in the lives of like children. You know, like
Yes.
you've got nieces and nephews and things, and
I do.
I'm assuming younger cousins and things like that. And I'm willing to wager, go out on a limb here and say you've probably changed a diaper or two in your time.
Only
Right.
in recent years, I've tried to avoid like a plague.
I mean, who doesn't? But even still, like you've got that like a bit of experience there, right? So I'm curious. Where do you stand on that political spectrum? Are you Huggies or a Pampers kind of a nappy person?
Neither. They're expensive bullshit.
Like if you were given like a credit card by a parent, right? Say you're babysitting for some rich guy, right? He gives you his credit card. He says, right, go down fucking Tesco, right, and pick up nappies. Right, you get to Tesco. All they've got in stock in the way of nappies, right? There's been a big nappy shortage, right? All the mums have come out and bought them all up, right? 2 packets left. There's a packet of Huggies or a packet of Pampers. Which one you picking up?
It depends on two things. One, age of child. Right,
Toddler, I guess.
the type of nappy. Because if you have to, like say for a toddler, and they're going to move around, the Huggies, like pullover pant one, is pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, you want the pull-ups when they're toddlers, because like they fucking wriggle and shit. Like,
Yeah.
way more useful when they're like that bit older.
Pull-ups are much better, especially from the pamper side of it.
Yeah,
For
like
younger
even I
children-
know you want pull-ups. Like,
For younger children with more sensitive skin, Huggies works best because Huggies has less allergens in it than Pampers do.
fair enough. So like started like Huggies. I'm assuming like the tape ones,
Yeah.
and then
when
like,
child
they can
starts
get older,
moving,
move into yeah. Okay,
go down to the
fair
pull-up
enough.
side. Particularly when they start walking, go to the pull-ups straight away. Because it's 10 times easier to get off and change them.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
But I mean, I think the news. I mean, now Charles is king. Apparently, the what do you call it? The palace is now upgraded from Sky to full on D2 Mac.
I love the idea. There's such a historic fucking building has a skybox in it somewhere. Just
I guarantee it does.
I love that idea of just like in like the drawing room or some shit. King Charles is right now sat watching like BT Sport on a skybox. I love that idea.
No, Charles watching our stream.
Man's watching fucking rugby through a skybox or some shit. I love that idea. That's a great image.
I mean, Charles is watching rugby. He's watching our stream. That's what he's doing. So
I'm not gonna lie. If this show ever gets that big, the King of England starts watching.
We're fucked.
A, we're fucked. B, that's gonna be some funny shit right there.
If that gets the case, we're in prison by that point.
Like all I'm saying.
Wait.
If I get a cease and desist letter from the royal family because the king has watched our show and deemed it treasonous, that shit's getting framed and put on my fucking office wall. That's all I'm saying.
The day the king
if that happens, that shit's getting framed and put on a wall.
The day any member of government or royal family watches our podcast is the day me in Vegas does this podcast from a deep dark hole somewhere in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah, we'll be like streaming from a cave, just fucking Al Qaeda English shit. Just like, yeah, we in a cave in the middle of nowhere.
Or from Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, you still your podcast, but this is the script.
Obligatory. We love the royal family, and we wish no harm to the royal family or its members. And oh God, please put the gun away. Put the gun away. Put the gun away. I'm reading. I promise. No. Okay. I'll get back to reading. I'm sorry.
King Charles is not big enough to pick up radio signals. It's his teeth.
King Charles is not criminally insane, nor does he have a turkey fetish. I rescind my previous comments about the king. Read faster. Okay. Just.
We apologise profusely to any offence we may make to the royal family. We'll go on their juggies. Oh shit!
Just as the show ends, all you hear is just 2 9mm going through our skulls.
That hurt, asshole.
The idea of someone getting shot in the fucking head and just going, that hurt. Fucking sorry, Fat Man T. I didn't realise you were the fucking juggernaut. Like, my bad, G.
Hey, there's plenty of stories of husbands being shot in the head by their wives, and the bullet just gets on the skull and bounces off.
That's the thing that's fun, is that if you get shot, like, clean, like, in the forehead, you've got, like, a 1 in 10 chance of survival. It's really cool.
Anyway, back onto the ATF shit. That's written by something. Rob Prescott has not speaking to Farron. His job is to ensure individuals go to jail when the ATF enforces rules. They make?
No, it's not his job. That's the ATF's law department's job. That's why the ATF have lawyers and shit.
Why is there a double comma there?
No, isn't it? Enforce rules. Right, there shouldn't be a comma there. They make. That should be. There shouldn't be. There should be any commas there.
That's to be completely separate sentence.
Yeah, neither of those commas belong there.
Regardless of how arbitrary or unconstitutional those rules may be, they don't make their own rules, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And again, those commas don't belong there.
One recipient example of the ATF's abuse of power is the case of Matt Hoover. She was a Dyson. Who was arrested and charged of selling machine guns. Hoover was arrested by the ATF when charged with rules from the previous were here. He's currently in jail, victim of the ATF's arbitrary conscription enforcement on its rules. Hang on, I went over this with you in detail.
Capricious.
What
fucking word is that? Hang on, I'm googling that fucking word because I don't think it's being used right.
It's not.
Fucking hang on. Capricious. It's fucking sounds like a Roman name.
It was a Roman name.
Given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood or behaviour. It's terrible to feel our livelihood hinges on a capricious boss. Capricious? Capricious.
Basically, an idea from mood swings or easily change of mind.
Capricious. Capricious. Hang on.
Arbitrary would have worked better than capricious.
It's pronounced capricious. I got the AI to pronounce it to me. It's capricious.
Right, but anyway.
Second thing I'm Googling, right? Matt Hoover. Right? I'm fucking putting this because I don't believe him. Right, Matt Hoover. Right, let's bring this shit up on Google, right? Matt Hoover. ATF. Matt Hoover, ATF, right? That's not how you spell ATF. ATF doesn't have a fucking V in it, you dyslexic fuck. Here we go, right? Fucking Florida Times. Of course it was fucking Florida.
Hoover.
Right, U.S. Supreme Court decision, yada yada yada, validate law, yada yada yada. Orange Park man, yada yada yada. Ruling by the U.S. judge, Marcia Morales, keeps attorneys, yada yada. Christopher Justin Burvin, Matthew Hoover, legally stolen devices for converting mounds of semi-automatic rifles into fully automatic machine guns. Indictment issues.
I've got a video here. I'll go for the video.
Hang on. Using as a Hoover operator. You sell card-shaped strips of metal laser designed to convert.
And Christopher Erden were
Semi-automatic
convicted of a series of firearm-related crimes in the United States District Court in Jacksonville, Florida. I've been asked to make a bunch of observations about this case, which I will now do. There's a lot to be said about this case. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Hey, folks,
for the
I'm Matt
record,
Smith, host of the Four Boxing
just-
Diner, proud American.
just because I've read this article here, right? And like I've not read all of it, but like I've read a bit of it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've gathered so far, he wasn't charged for selling automatic weaponry. He's being charged for selling a strip of metal with engravings on it, which if you use this card in a certain way with a semi-automatic rifle, don't ask me how, it turns it into a fully automatic rifle.
He's changing the breech pin layout.
That's what it looks like, because they've got like an image of the thing he was selling.
Yeah.
It looks like that's what that does. I wouldn't know how to make that do that, but yes.
I do. I know it works.
Then we
and
get round
that's
to-
been illegal for the past 20 years.
Yes, and doing that to the gun would mean you didn't have to register it as a machine gun before selling it as well.
Yeah. It's
So it looks like he was both selling those cards like separately and doing the conversions himself to sell on.
yeah, that's illegal. That's been illegal for the past 30
Yes,
years. Actually.
that's very illegal.
That's been illegal for quite some time.
Machine guns and back to the lemon.
So that first came about when they put down the ban on the sale of all automatic weapons for civilian weaponry,
Yeah.
apart from the grandfather weapons from like the 1940s. Then I believe in the 80s they changed out saying, early 90s they did. They stopped selling conversion kits to convert semi-automatics to full autos. Because all they say that the full auto weapons that use in the school shootings, they're conversion jobs.
Yeah.
Because you used to get one for the TAC-9. They used to do the same job.
Yeah.
And that's been banned since the early 90s. That one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been legal for some time.
Yeah, he's not been arrested because the rules got changed. No, he got arrested for breaking the fucking law. A law that's been in place for quite some fucking time.
Yeah. Conversion pieces for that nature have been banned since 2000. Easily.
Yeah. Like, very easily.
And that's so... It's not overreach, Chili. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, it was a very justified fucking arrest, so
Yeah.
you can fuck off with that shit.
I mean, I don't know. I know it's illegal to use them, right? Where they may be trying to get around is it illegal to sell the item to do it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's in airsoft, right? It's illegal to sell. It's illegal for the shop to sell you the airsoft rifle riff without you having your car card. It's not illegal for you to buy it. Where everyone thinks it's the other way around. It's illegal to buy it unless you have the card. It's not. The shop sells you it. It's them that's the trouble, not you buying it. It's a weird way the rule works for them. Anyway, it's also worth.
Sorry, I read the next fucking paragraph and I want to throw a fridge out a window.
Do you want to read it then?
Let you read it,
Ah, read it. Okay.
because I'm not willing to look at my screen right now.
It's also worth noting the ATF has not been successful in preventing mass shootings. The agency did nothing to prevent the shooting at Columbine, Sandy Hook, Las Vegas, Marlin Bay, Uvalde, Texas,
Which one?
or Parkland. Florida high school shootings.
Uvalde.
Florida high school shootings. The score on the other hand, and other shootings that could have been listed here, the ATF had absolutely zero success of stopping them. Despite the ATF efforts, the number of shootings in America have only increased. Many of the shooters have been found to be on some form of pharmaceutical medication. The ATF existence has been futile. Right, let's get this straight. Right to the point. The ATF's job is to not target individuals. They're to target organisations. You know, the gun smuggler.
That's very much their fucking job.
The gun smuggler bring in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of firearms. Or, as in the case of alcohol and tobacco, the fucking mafia was their main target during the era of Prohibition. You thick, useless twat.
That as well, right? Because this is fucked me right off. This fucking entire paragraph, right? Is okay, right? You make a little bit of a point, right? All these horrible, terrible mass shootings, they happened, right? We can't forget that. We can't ignore that. That happened, right? Were there failings in the system that allowed those to happen? Yeah, somewhere down the line, someone made a fucking oopsie poopsie. We can all agree on that much, right? Those are the school shootings that went forward and took place. Out of the number, like what do you think, Fat Man, right? What number do you think is bigger? Number of school shootings that actually succeeded, or number of school shootings that get prevented every year?
Right, the numbers are, I'll give you the direct numbers actually. Right, according to the American DOJ themselves, there's around 300,000 shooting deaths per year in America. Most of them suicide.
Yep.
Right? There's also over 3.7 million prevented from someone else owning a firearm. So the idea of a good guy with a gun stopping a bad guy with a gun. 3.7 million stopped per year because of that ruling.
Mm-hmm. Just from that.
Right. Also,
and again, how many mass shootings do you reckon are stopped every year by fucking like the anti-terror squads and shit like that?
Well, I know for.
Well, the wager, it's a lot more than actually fucking take place every year.
You know, I think it was last year, one of the ones that was popular in the news at the time, was one of the shootings. I think it was Uvalde one.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 2 states over in Texas, in another state, Springfield, I believe it was, a guy stopped a school shooting.
Yes.
He was an ATF fire instructor. He was an ATF-15 fire instructor. And he stopped someone doing a school shooting without killing the target, as I may argue. Right? And that never made the news.
Yeah. But that's just something that happened.
Yeah. Also, a fine point is, a school shooting is classified as terrorism, by the way.
Yes. Yes,
which
it is.
does not fall under the ATF. It falls under, drumroll please, can you guess which agency this falls under?
Homeland Security, I would assume.
No, FBI.
Fair enough. Either way, I was pretty close.
Homeland Security deals with anything directly threatening the government or the president. Everything else is the FBI job.
Okay, you can make the argument, I suppose. Technically, Homeland could do it too, because it's a threat on the homeland, but like it's not a foreign threat, so.
Yeah, FBI technically has jurisdiction. So if you want to blame anybody, it's the FBI, and I admit, the FBI is a absolute shell arsehole of itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
it still works.
It doesn't
work as well as it should, but it works.
It doesn't. I must admit, there's some large corruption problems with the FBI on various levels.
That's it. It does its job. It doesn't do it very well, but it does its job.
I must admit, locally, like say, the investigators, low-down branch officers, probably fine. It's where you get higher up the food chain to the head office, the executive office under that.
It's backhand bribe after backhand bribe. Like
that's where the bullshit happens.
Yeah.
Right, but
that as well.
That's ATF to stop these shootings. It's not the ATF's job. No way in hell it is.
That as well, right? Next point, right? Don't you fucking dare scroll down. I'm not done yet, right? Next fucking point on this, right? I've got 3 points to you, right? So here's point number 2, right? What the fuck do the shooters being high on pharmaceutical medications have to do with anything?
It doesn't. ATF doesn't control pharmaceuticals.
Exactly.
That's the DEA.
That's the DEA's failure, not ATF's. So you can take that and you can shove that right up your arse there, Chili. Finally, right? My third and final point, right? Chili, amigo, compadre, right? Pal, come here. come here. Come here real close, right? Come here. Who the actual fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
You fucking, you tell me and you tell the rest of the people at home right fucking now. Who the fuck do you think you are? Using these fucking very tragic incidents to prove your fucking point, or at least attempt to prove your fucking point, and try and push your political horseshit. What the fuck gives you the fucking right to use horrible incidents involving the deaths of children, such as Columbine, Sandy Hook, all the other events you have listed there, and the ones you've not listed directly?
Yeah.
What gives you the fucking right to use the deaths of children to push your political horseshit? You fucking tell everyone right fucking now who the fuck you think you are. And you better fucking hope I like the fucking answer, cunt.
Oh, here we go. They actually explained what the ATF is actually here now. The history of it. This is the point. This is a major point he has to prove here. The ATF was not created as a single law, but rather as a combination of several laws that have been passed over time. Yeah, several laws passed over time. The agency was eventually became the ATF was created in the Federal Alcohol Administrations Act of 1935. Prohibition era. Mafia.
Yeah.
Ring a bell, dipshit. Which was created the Federal Administration, the FAA. This transferred into alcohol and tobacco taxation functions from the Bureau of International Revenue to the FAA. Right?
That's true, that much, yeah.
That's where the tobacco part come from. The biggest things that was smuggled in America at that time, during the 1930s, was alcohol, because of Prohibition, and cheap tobacco from Colombia.
Yep. I'm pretty sure there's still, like, up there is, like, big imports. Like,
Not so much.
at least back alley imports for the country.
Not so much because...
Yeah, they're not, like, the top 10 anymore, but, like, just, like, top 50.
No, illegal alcohol is still a big thing. But the cigars aren't so much for. Because it used to be the Cuban cigars, which were banned because of the potential for Cuba. That's been lifted in recent years, so that's no longer an issue.
Yeah, it was, I mean, 2 or 3 years ago they lifted that ban.
But now it's on cheap Chinese bullshit. That's covered in chemicals coming in.
Yeah.
Is what we're after now. Still very dangerous because between all these smokers out, like we smoke God knows what. I mean, the Camel cigarette brand, right? That was found a few years back. A knockoff version of that had fucking actual camel shit in it. Put it in the Middle East.
Yeah. I can believe it. Like, it doesn't fucking surprise me.
Right, next part. The Federal Firearms Act of 1938 required firearm dealers to obtain firearm fair license and maintain the records for firearm transactions. That's not a bad idea. I'm sorry, that's a pretty good idea. I would do the same thing.
Yep, keep track of who isn't buying firearms. That makes perfect fucking sense.
The Gun Control Act of 1968 was a major expansion of the federal firearm regulations. It requires licensing of all firearm dealers, establishing a minimum age, identification required for firearms. That's supposed to be no comma there for purchase.
Firearms
Preventing
purchases.
certain categories of people from owning firearms, and would hit the interests instead of
Interstate
mail order of steel handguns.
So if you lived in, like, fucking Florida, you couldn't, like buy a gun in Michigan and have it posted to you. You'd have to go to Michigan.
Buy the gun,
Yeah.
travel across the border with a valid license for both Michigan and border. And,
like every
Florida.
other state between you and Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, unless it was in a sealed case and the identification show where you bought it and where you live, and the fact you were transporting it to your home. But you couldn't bring it out and use it in any case. That'd be sealed completely by transport.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what I'm going to have this on with you about buying firearms. Minimum age, which is 18, I believe.
I think it is in most states, yes.
Some states have 16, but it's rare.
I think there's even a couple of states where it's like 20, 21-ish. I think there's a couple of states where it's the same as the drinking age.
Now, that's not to own a firearm. That's just to buy it, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't own a firearm from the age of 15.
Yes, because I think it's... I can't remember the actual name of the law. It's similar to like the grandfather law here.
Yeah.
Like if your dad is like a hunter and then he buys you a rifle to train you to use a rifle from like age 7, you're fine.
Yes.
Because you don't technically own the rifle, you just have the main on-said rifle.
Yes.
It's kind of weird. Like
I think airsoft guns, you have to be over 18 to buy one.
Yeah.
Right? But I could buy one, then give it to my 13-year-old nephew for him to own. That's perfectly legal as a present.
Yeah.
Right, that's how it generally works. Identification required. Yes, I want to see who's buying it and make sure you're actually an American citizen. That's supposed to be, the comment's supposed not to be there because he's an idiot. Category people for owning firearms. Violent felons and those
Yep.
with psychological disability.
Makes perfect sense to not let them have firearms.
Yeah, which is a great sense. And those on certain like psychotropic drugs.
Yeah.
So those like taking medicine, like strong medication for bipolar or for other medical diseases like schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Right. And mail ordering again, yeah, because you don't know who you're selling to.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's like that's there to protect not just, the
As-
dealer's arse end, but also to like protect the arse end of the guy buying the gun.
That's that though. It's to prevent. Chili, listen close. The deranged mass shooters you're on about in the other paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Those mass shooters get their guns either from their parents, which they steal them from,
Yep.
or they get them from other illegal means.
Yes. Such as gun runners. That thing the ATF stopped.
Which is their job to hunt down and track.
Yes. Chicabliote.
They don't care about the individual buyer because that's not their concern. That's the police's concern.
Yes, that's one guy. Think about it like this, right? See here in Great Britain, right? When the police do a drug bust, right? If you get like caught on your way to a drug dealer's house to buy drugs, you're probably not gonna go to jail. You're probably gonna get shouted at and told to fuck off home.
Yes, because they want the dealer,
Whereas-
not you.
Yes, whereas if they kick the door of the dealer's house down and you're sat there on the couch buying drugs, you're going to prison. Because A, they've caught you in the act of buying the drugs, B, you're there, and C, they don't know that you're just a regular customer. You could be a secondary dealer using him as your supplier.
No,
So
no.
you're going to fucking prison.
Let's do it this way. This is how the chain usually works. Right? It's very similar to this is marijuana as a simple base. You have the marijuana user. Let's say from a street corner dealer.
Yeah.
Right? The police don't care about a street corner dealer, they're insignificant. Right? That dealer gets his supply what's called known from a house dealer. These
Yes.
guys with a larger load who then separate their load out into smaller street dealers to just for a wide distribution net. Again, they don't care too much about that house dealer. He's still small potatoes.
Yeah.
What they're after is one above him, the house growers. These are people who grow the shit. And above them, who they're really after, is the distribution network who brings the shit in.
Yeah. The
Again.
guys that are fucking like growing it overseas and then bringing it here.
Like I say, taking out local level street dealers and house dealers is like playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
You hit one,
When you take down one, 4 more appear. Like, it's pointless.
what you want is dig on a machine bed and pull out the smart chip and rip it to pieces.
Yeah.
Or in terms of aliens, which for the nerds, you kill the queen. Fuck the soldiers.
Kill the foot soldiers, you get nowhere. You kill the queen, job done.
Yeah, here we go. So the ATF wasn't a single law that created the ATF, but rather a combination of laws over time that span regulatory powers of the federal government over firearms, alcohol, and tobacco. Yes, it's a federal government. Remember, these are local issues here, not federal.
Yeah. This shit's not hard to understand, Chili. Why are you struggling to understand it?
This is basic social law 101.
Yeah, like it's quite literally basic law. Why is he struggling to understand basic law?
The ATF jurisdiction over explosives can be tracked back to the Federal Explosive Act of 1923, which established the Bureau of Explosives in the Department of Commerce. In 1972, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms, the ETF,
No, that's supposed to be ATF. That's clearly a fuck up.
was created, comma, for the wrong place. The Bureau of Explosives was transferred to the ATF, and the ATF has now been responsible for enforcing regulatory manufacture, distribution, and storage of and disposal of explosives. Again, bomb disposal is handled on the local level or by the military.
Yep.
Let's start this again. What they track is the sale of explosive and explosive materials,
Yep.
such as if I own a construction business, I'm legally allowed to buy C4 and dynamite.
Yes.
for purpose of demolition, removal, or for ground shaping. Say on a quarry, I can buy explosives for that. Same if I own a mine. You can do the same thing. In fact, in England, you can still buy dynamite for mining purposes.
Yes.
And explosives for building purposes as well.
It's slightly difficult, but it's doable.
You also have fireworks, which fall under that explosive rule. Because goddamn, I can turn a firework into a massive explosive if I tried.
Yeah, like, all I'm saying, I can turn a basic firecracker into a fucking hand grenade. Like, it's not...
So, also, materials to build explosives, such as nitrogen and fertilizer. Great for your style, but too much quantities of it, you can make a hell of an explosion out of it. As well as other chemicals as well, I can think of it. For the top of my head, iron oxide, magnesium oxide, aluminium oxide mixed together. Thermite.
Yeah.
Not through anything. That
I'm pretty sure if you mix, like, I think it's like fertilizer and bleach, you get a small grade explosive, if I remember correctly.
Not quite, but close to it, yeah.
There might be a third ingredient to that makes it. Either way, my point stands. Like there
is, which I won't say.
You can make a bomb out of household items. Is my fucking point. So like they kind of keep an eye on that shit.
Like let's say thermite. If people wonder about me saying the name of thermite out, the rest of thermite that's in every high school chemistry textbook.
Yeah.
Literally, it's there in every high school chemistry textbook. You can just find it.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find a recipe for it.
It's also not hard to make either.
No.
Like. Fuck, go down a scrapyard, you've got all the materials right there.
You do. It's not hard to make.
Like, it's literally metal and rust. It's a piece of piss.
It's...
Not gonna tell you how much of either or.
No, because the quantity is the problem. The amounts for each one is different, depending on what you want.
That as well. If we give out that information...
Then we're a bit of assholes.
Yeah, that as well. We're technically breaking the law. But we can give out as much information as these are the ingredients. Can't tell you how to mix them or in what quantities, but we can tell you what they are.
I mean, we're all recipes for napalm, for fuck's sake. Which again, you can Google.
Yeah.
It's available on the internet. It's Google.
All them, like gasoline and soap, it's all you fucking need. Like, have fun.
Well, that's really standard Molotov cocktail, but I'm talking like military grade napalm. I know the recipe of.
Even still, like, just like gasoline and soap, you have basically napalm. Does the exact same job as napalm will. Fuck, you really want to make it spicy, throw some diesel in that son of a bitch, you know, like...
Hang on, AT and ATF. AT gets fucked.
E.T. fuck me.
Yeah, that's just saying. Oh, next one was bullshit. The Federal Explosive Act of 1923 credited the division that was absorbed by the ATF agency relatively recently. In the weeks of the Oklahoma bombing in 1995, that's not recent, this was responsible for the federal government feeling as though they need to dedicate agency to investigate the prevention and act of domestic terrorism involving explosives. That was, again, the ATF tracks SEALs and illegal sales of it. The individual fucking terrorist is FBI.
Yep. Or again,
indigenous...
Homeland Security could make the argument to take the case if they really wanted to.
Actually, yes. If we happen Washington DC or against, like, say, the post office, then Homeland Security gets involved. Then, say with banks and stuff. Right. Again, you're not getting this through chili. Get through your thick skull. ATF tracks sales of these items, not the individual twats that use them.
Fuck it, I'm opening a cheap, nasty beer. Fuck it.
Brain rot.
That's been sat in my fridge for like three weeks, and it's fucking ice cold and tastes way better than it did when I bought it.
Where are we? Here we go. Timothy McVeigh?
Timothy McVeigh.
Essentially a domestic terrorist. Oh, he hit that guy. He's the one who did the post office bombing. And now they are looking for you. They are the Hammer, which shouldn't be there, and you are the Neil. What kind of... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hang on. I'm curious. Right, Google.
What, you're going to McVeigh, yeah?
Timothy McVeigh.
It was the Oklahoma post office bombing.
City building. In 1996.
Yeah.
Not, because I'm pretty sure he said 1995.
And that's where they create response. They'll come and bomb you.
Yeah, because I'm on the FBI website. Yeah, April 19th, 1995, ex-army soldier and security guard Timothy McVeigh parked a rented Ryder truck in front of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in downtown Oklahoma. Blew it the fuck up. I believe I read 196 casualties.
Yeah, and just right where the entire
Just
building
there.
is about. I
Here,
believe,
no, here we go. So, precisely 9:02 a.m. the bomb went off.
and I remember said correct, that was a fertilizer bomb.
I believe so. Human death, 168 people died,
Yeah.
including 19 children.
And I believe he was part of the Patriot movement, which was already being tracked by the FBI at the time.
Quite possibly, I will let you know.
He was a Patriot.
I'm reading further in to see if that gets mentioned.
Now, even why we link these two at the moment for our general reactions for soft sits, Patriots have now evolved into the sovereign citizen movement as a whole.
Yeah.
Hence, sovereign citizens have become much more violent recently, of cop shootings and that type of stuff. So, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why my part looks for that, I'm going to keep reading. However, despite the mandate, the ATF Explosive Division has not been particularly successful in preventing bombings. In fact, when we look at some of the most highly profile bombings in US history, the ATF's role in preventing them has been either non-existent or
Peripheral.
Yes, again, they track sales of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if Jim Burton bought 50 tons of fucking fertilizer and he has a farmer's size of a fucking postage stamp, they'll start investigating why he's buying it.
Because he could be pre-gaming it, like stockpile up for like next 3 or 4 crops worth,
Yeah. But
Or
whereas
he could be building a bomb in his garage.
Terrorists usually are smarter and buying small quantities from multiple parts. Again, the sale of nitrogen fertilizer, which is used for these explosives, is readily available at every Home Depot.
Yeah.
Buying 6 bags of it is not illegal. Buying 50 bags of it, they have questions.
Yeah. And even then, I'm pretty sure 6 bags would be enough to take out a small building.
6 bags really quite way I could probably knock out something about the size of Walmart.
It's like a small building.
Yeah.
Fuck, you place it right, you take out the whole fucking skyscraper, you do it right.
Yeah. For example, the ATF was not involved in stopping the 1993 World Trade Center bombing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, no, they weren't, because that was a terrorist group, a foreign terrorist group that flew in,
So,
which
the
killed 6
FBI's
people and
problem.
injured 1,000. Well, the FBI did only track down and arrest those responsible for the bombing. The fact remains the bomb was able to go off in one of the most highly trafficked buildings in the world, which makes it
Hang
hard
on.
to stop things.
Wait a fucking minute, hang on.
What?
Let me just read that one more time. Hang on. So, for example, the ATF was not involved in stopping the 1993 World Trade Center bombing,
Yeah,
which killed 6 people and injured.
1,000.
While the FBI, am I fucking high?
Possibly. But again, there's no reason.
Because I'm pretty sure the World Trade Center wasn't a bombing. Pretty sure it was a plane crash.
Different one.
And B, I'm pretty sure that wasn't 1993. I'm pretty fucking sure that was 2000.
No, there's been real attacks on the Trade Center.
Ah, okay, carry on. I was gonna fucking say that as well. 6 people killed. No, that's not how 9/11 went. No, I see different
There's been a
thing.
few
Right.
attacks on the World Trade Center. One was a package bomb brought into the lobby. A nail bomb brought into the lobby and detonated, which took out. Didn't kill, but it was more for
Right.
effect rather than anything else. It was
Yeah.
designed to disrupt the stock market rather than anything else.
No, I'm with you. I was gonna say, I was very confused for a minute. I was like, is he even fucking his history that bad? Like, really?
No,
I'm
he's got the right history. But the problem is, again, it's an FBI job, not the ATF. ATF sells it's a domestic agency. They're not tracking foreign influences. That's not their job. That's the FBI's job.
The FBI's problem.
And outside the borders of America, it's the CIA's job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, admittedly, if you want to bolster an agency, the CIA is at the top of my list.
I mean, yeah, because they are fucking useless.
That, and they're probably from 9% of the world cocaine market.
Yeah, they also tend to be the thing that causes most of America's wars. Let's be fair here.
Well, they start the war in Afghanistan.
Yeah, because let's face it, right? No one will ever admit to it. But I'm willing to wager if you really look into the history, like really spend some fucking time digging into the history of every war America was ever involved in since the CIA was founded. Days, weeks, and possibly even just a couple months before that war was officially declared, the CIA did something to that fucking country, and then a war started. I'm willing to fucking wager every single time that happened.
That's the problem. CIA is one of these places that's a law unto itself, because it has to be the way it works.
Yeah.
So ultimately, they do have a habit of causing shit, shall we say?
It's like with like Vietnam. I'm willing to put money on it that the fucking CIA did something to start Vietnam.
No, that was actually the government itself. Vietnam.
I'm
no,
willing to wager.
No,
I'm willing to
Vietnam
wager
was a
like
flex.
North and South were fine. I'm willing to wager North and South Korea were perfectly fine. Then the CIA got involved, and then to cover the CIA's arse, the president went, "Let's get involved. Let's poke the hornet's nest, and then we declare war so the CIA don't look like idiots."
Oh no, the CIA did some horrendous shit in Vietnam. Don't get us wrong. They did some ultimately vile and... Put it this way, if one...
I'm just willing to wager, I reckon they started said war, and then the government just kind of took blame for the war starting to try and make the CIA not look like idiots.
No, the war start there was the America's flex on trying to stop saying that capitalism versus communism bullshit at the time.
Yeah, they're trying to flex on Russia, and then, they fucking
But
lost.
if you want to have war crimes, right, look at Project Sunrise. Right? Put it this way.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't think I will.
Well, we'll give you an idea of Sunrise. Right? What Hitler did to the Jews was less cruel.
That's saying something. I'm intrigued.
Do you want a brief history of Project Sunrise?
Give me like the brief of what did they do? Don't need like who founded it to like how it ended. Just like what was their shtick?
The stick was you would bed
Like
an agent.
Hitler's shtick was gas the Jews. What was their shtick? What did they do?
Their shtick was they would go into a village, agent.
Yeah.
Befriend the entire village, make friends with them, till the north end of the country. Then one night they would go through the country, through the village, with video cameras and voice recorders, and skin the people alive in shape of T-shirts. Men, women, children in particular. Pose the bodies, right? These are still alive, left them alive so they could die in acts of agony. They'll then take said tapes and voice recordings and distribute them out to other villages via way of market stalls. To try and scare the shit out of the country to stop them fighting.
So, just curiosity. What was like the plan leading right up to the skinning? I understand. I'm following the picture there, right?
Yeah.
The purpose of selling the videos on through this market stall. I get where that idea is going.
Yeah.
Fully understand. Here's what I'm confused.
Okay.
How are they getting people to buy the video?
Porn.
Because, like, surely that shit's not labelled. Motherfucker gets cut into a t-shirt. Like, are they selling that shit as like a Disney film? Or like a porno? Like, what's...
Yeah, like that. Pornos, Disney films, or actually put on what it is. Because there's some sick bastards out there who enjoy snuff films.
I mean, yeah, I'm one of them. Like, I have an active subscription to WikiLeaks. Not WikiLeaks, the other one, LiveLeaks. But I don't think WikiLeaks is alive anymore. Fuck, I'm pretty sure that shit died years ago.
No, it's still alive.
LiveLeaks died as well, to be honest with you. I think that shit got killed too.
No, they're still alive. 4chan took it over.
Really?
Yeah, it's 4chan.
Really? LiveLeaks... Oh, that explains it. Yeah, 4chan. Yeah. Still. The point stands. Like, I enjoy websites like that, because I am a morbid fuck.
I mean, the main point of Sunrise was the idea, because the men after fighting, when they come back to the village, they find their entire family skinned as T-shirts, bodies sprawled all over the place, them dying in absolute agony from infections and shit, and the skin hanged up on washing lines. Was designed to demoralise the men for fighting, then distributed them to the villagers saying, if you don't do what we say, this is what happened to you.
I mean, I'm no psychology expert, right? But I'm willing to wager. like, if I went off to war on the front line, right? I'm away on the front line 6 months away from home, right? I'm on tour. Doing the front line thing, right? Shooting the bad guys, ducking and covering. The full shebang, if you will. Right? And the whole 6 months back in my head, I'm like, fucking cannot wait to go home to my wife, Diana. You know, get me some of that good old-fashioned fucking rumpy pumpy when I get back in the fucking hut.
So with 2 kids.
You know, see my kids, you know, fucking spend some time with the dog, you know, fucking maybe treat the family out to like a nice restaurant dinner with my military paycheck, all that fucking fine shit. And then I got home at the end of 6 months, and my wife, my kids, and my dog had been turned into t-shirts. A, I'd probably wear the t-shirts because I'm a cheap asshole. Like, free clothing, not gonna say no. B, don't think that's gonna scare me out of fighting. I think that's gonna be more. What's the word for it? Fuel on the fire to get me to fight more and with more viciousness.
Oh,
surely.
it apparently backfired, but that's you see what I mean.
Like-
Though. Hitler,
Like, that sounds like the kind of thing that's gonna cause them to be more aggressive.
I mean, don't get us wrong. Hitler, bad. Quantity of bodies, Hitler topped the list. Well, sorry, Mao tops the list on bodies.
I was gonna say,
Then Stalin, then Hitler.
yeah.
Hitler's quite role changed from a body count he's had in his history. To be honest,
He's like third.
5th actually, I think.
No, you're right, because fucking. What's his face was fourth. Fucking. This is gonna do my tits in. I know it as well. Fucking.
Mao tops the leaderboard of the most deaths by some margin.
It's Mao Stalin, the Mongolian guy.
But Genghis Khan.
That's the very motherfucker, thank you. Genghis Khan.
No, Genghis Khan's below Hitler. Just
Is he just. I thought he was over Hitler.
no, he's below Hitler. Just there's
Is he below Hitler? This is the guy I'm. No! No, the other guy, and it's not. No, the Mongolian guy I'm thinking of was the victim of the. It was some Chinese guy. I tell a lie. Do you know what I'm thinking of?
what?
This isn't even. I'm not even thinking of a historical event. I'm thinking of the fucking Disney film Mulan.
Oh, you sick twat.
You know the fucking bit where she fires a fucking firework at a mountain and then kills like
Yeah.
a million people? I'm thinking of that.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking-
I know what you're thinking of there.
Not
Wait,
even-
no,
I'm not even sure that actually happened.
it
To be
did.
honest with you. I didn't think that was in the original story of Mulan. I'm pretty sure that's just Disney bullshit, but you know.
No, the firework was original.
Really, that actually happened in the original story?
Yes,
That's
Chinese had
pretty
cannons
good.
long before we did.
Still.
In fact, going off topic a little bit, you know, people with Mulan stories like, "Oh my gosh, she's a woman. How dare she join the military?"
Yeah.
That's bullshit. They're loud.
Yeah. That's one of the original story. I'm pretty sure once it was revealed she was a woman, they were all just like, oh, cool.
Yeah, they didn't
Like,
care. They got a bit
yeah, 'cause I'm
narky.
pretty sure. I'm sure in the original story, she doesn't just take her father's place. She literally pretends to be her father.
To try
I'm pretty sure.
older brother.
Older brother, yeah.
Yeah, and it got a bit narky saying, "Well, you should have signed your name for it." Said your father's doing
Yeah.
well, would accept you anyway. B, should you get married instead? No. Oh well, he's your sword. Have fun.
Yeah. Because the Chinese didn't really give a fuck.
No, not during times of war. There was plenty of female warriors and generals.
Yeah. Like,
in fact-
so long as you could use a sword, they didn't really give a shit. And even then, so long as you could hold the fucking sword, they didn't care.
In fact, the game I'm
You
playing,
had an arm, you were useful.
in fact, the game I'm playing now, the Cozy Killer game I'm playing now, is about Shang Tzu, which was the greatest female pirate in the world, known as the Pirate Queen.
Song Shu. Oh my god. Someone else who knows about Song Shu. I love you. I love you with all my. Because I found out about the Song Shu last year. Because I listened to a podcast on Spotify, right? It's called. I'm going to pull it up actually. I think it's called A Brief History of the World.
Yeah, I know what
Or
you're
it's
talking
called
about.
A Brief History of Everything. It's one of the two. I'm pulling it up now in the background so I can give you the proper name
History
of
of Everything podcast.
it. What?
History of Everything podcast. Guy with like a beard.
Possibly. I'll let you know
Does
now.
some YouTube
Fuck.
shorts.
No, I don't think it's that. I'll tell you. Hang on.
Oh.
Here we go. It is short history of. It's called short history of. It's by Neusser on Spotify. They do all sorts of stuff. They got like one about the crown jewels and Alexander the Great and
This guy.
all kinds of shit. But they did one about the I've already forgot her name. Help.
Shang Tzu.
Thank you, Shang Tzu. They did an episode on her, and it's really interesting.
Well, this guy
It was
gives-
also the thing that kind of informed me that, like, technically, I don't think technically, I think actually, officially, the Chinese invented piracy long before the Caribbean kind of happened.
Well, she was around the Caribbean. She was around just before the Caribbean. And
Yeah,
fact,
like I'm pretty sure, like, in the order of, like, historical pirates, it's like the Vikings, the Chinese, then the Caribbean shit.
no, but
Like, I'm pretty sure that's the order in which that shit
no,
happened.
pirates been around for a long time. Ever since it's been Navy, it's pirates. Because
No, I just mean like popular pirates. It's like the Vikings invented that shit. The Chinese got really good at that shit. Then the Caribbean kind of perfected that shit.
well, where pirates work is the Navy's expensive to run by far.
Yeah.
So what you do is instead you find people who already own their ships, such as traders, seafarers, and that type of stuff. And you
So
say,
that's how privateering became a thing.
which pirates was a short for privateer.
Well, see, because it's like what they say in Muppet Treasure Island, you know?
Yeah, that ship
Like
was a privateer
fucking-
vessel.
Yeah, it's all about how you look at a buccaneer that makes them bad or good.
Yes, it
Take Sir Francis Drake. You know, the Spanish fucking hate Francis Drake because he raped them royally.
Francis Drake
But
was a,
to us British people,
he's a hero.
he's a fucking hero.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, like I say, during times of war, if you looked at Pirates of the Caribbean, right? The
I
guy,
could not have drank this beer. This was clearly a mistake, but I don't care.
the main protagonist in the first film, I can't remember
Jack
his name.
Sparrow.
Not Jack Sparrow. He's the what is
Will Turner.
it? Sorry, antagonist, not protagonist.
Barbosa.
Barbosa, yeah. In the third film, he got a pardon.
Fourth.
Was it? No, he got one in the first as well.
No, he gets the pardon in the fourth film.
Fourth, was it?
The Stranger Tides when Blackbeard shows up and they've got the mermaids and
Ah,
shit.
yes.
It's the really bad one that isn't the newest one.
Yeah, right. He gets a pardon. He gets a royal pardon.
Yeah. And then he
Right.
joins the British Navy and becomes a
Yeah.
admiral or something.
That happened far more frequently than they were hanged. Most times
Yeah.
they'll say, catch him, say, here's your pardon. Now he's sailing our flag. We've got a war going on. Join the fleet. You can raid these ships, but not these ones. Fair enough, mate. Off we go.
Incidentally, I will be back in a minute. Keep waffling. I need a pee.
So only times during peace did they stop raiding shit and went for everyone else. So that's how pirates became notorious assholes, to be honest. And that's so yeah, Shangshu, which was also the again Pirates of the Caribbean, the theory for Swan becoming the Pirate Queen of China. She was supposed to represent Shangshu. But anyway, this is a good channel to watch, everyone. The history of everything. These great little shorts and everything in podcasts. They're funny as fuck. My dog, you stink. Anyway, back into reading this bullshit. More recently, the ATF was back here. All I've written questioning about the official of the ATF Explosive Division and whether it's really capable of fulfilling its mandate to prevent active terrorism. It's not their job. Avoiding explosives. Well, it's certainly a difficult task given that the relative ease in which bombs can be constructed using wide availability materials. It's not clear that the ATF is the best agency for the job, or that the federal created agency is going to have an effect on whether or not crazy people do crazy things. Hey, he gets the fucking point. Just. In any case, it's worth considering that the ATF resources might be better spent in other areas of prevention by funding mental health. Oh, for fuck's sake. By funding mental health, we have mental health crisis in America. We do not have a gun problem. We do not have an explosive problem. We have a mental health problem in this country. Given that the ATF track records when it comes to preventing bombings, it is not clear that adding the explosive division to an agency which was relatively best move in the first place. The truth is that the ATF is a hammer and the American people the nails. The agency puts nails in jail or prison by changing the rules on us. Again, Congress does that. They just enforce them. You dozy motherfucker. Rules are arbitrary and unconstitutional. No, they're not. It is time for Americans to put an end to the abuse of agency and for Congress to reach authority over the regulations of firearms. They do already. Hence the argument in Congress about the firearm bills. Christ's sake, watch the fucking news. The Second Amendment guarantees the right to keep and bear arms, and it is up to us to defend that right. Yes, it does say that. And those rights can include up to a fucking tank cannon. If you could deem it reasonable to have one. It's not to take a fucking minigun. In liberty deletes laws. This hurts to read. It really does hurt to read it. What else do we have? Oh, leave a comment.
I'm back.
You back? I finished reading it.
I'm officially back. Sorry.
I'll read it
I went for a pee and then I went and got a cake.
No, I'll read it again for you.
Fair enough. Read away.
Oh, I missed a paragraph there. Never mind. Since seemingly the ATF was not able to prevent the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995, which remains the deadliest act of domestic terror in US history. No, it doesn't. But up by a long shot.
That was Boston, I think. Boston bombing. I think it's the top end for bombings. I think, off the top of my head.
A bomb which made from extra fertilizer, fuel oil. Yes, I thought it was a fertilizer bomb.
Yeah.
And kerosene, by the way.
Yeah.
Killed 168 people and injured more than 680. Definitely not the smallest, definitely not the big deadliest bomb in the history either.
That as well. No, I literally read the numbers for the fucking Oklahoma. No, I didn't. That was the other bombing, wasn't it?
That was you're thinking of the World Trade Center one.
Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, the ATF did participate in the investigation openly. They led to the arrest and conviction of Timothy McVeigh. And as the Economist says, the fact remains that the bombing itself was not prevented. Again, they're not designed to prevent shit. Oh, for fuck. I can't keep repeating myself. Thousands of people died. No, thousands of people did not die. Or were badly mutilated. See, this is what both pissed me off. Thousands of people did not die. Right? No, were badly mutated. The numbers are here. Right? There they are. Barely 900 people. Not thousands, asswipe.
I'm gonna say that's not even close to 1,000. That's like 800.
The real effect across Oklahoma and across the country was undeniable. Essentially, it created a bigger police state with other bureaucracy agencies with zero effect on the outcome of tragic terrorism. Tragedies in terrorism. Yes. I think FEMA is meant to help with natural disasters. I don't see them stand there trying to stop a fucking tornado come down the street.
To be fair, how fucking funny would that be though? Just a cunt with a fucking stop sign just in front of a tornado. Just
Go left. Thank you.
not very much. Go fuck up Boston. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking... Insert sound of tornado hooking a right here. Fucking, you know. That'd be some funny shit. Like.
And Frog just come back to me.
Well, hey.
He's not coming on.
Oh.
He's coming next week though, apparently. Anyway.
well.
More recently, the ATF response in the Boston Marathon bombing in 2013, however, as was noted earlier, the bombing itself was successfully prepared, and the ATF role in the aftermath was primarily one of support. Again, that was made out of nails, fireworks, and pressure cookers.
Yep.
Easy things you could buy at any fucking hardware store.
Even at Home Depot. Fuck, not even Home Depot, Walmart. Walmart has all three of those items.
Yes.
You go to Walmart on like the 4th of July, you can get all three in like one go for like 50 quid. I'll translate, $50 for the Americans. You know, like it's...
They're not hard to come by.
That's well, if you're quick enough, you can raid fucking Walmart and build the bomb on the same fucking day. You can have that shit ready to go so goddamn quick the ATF don't even have time to receive the paperwork telling them that you bought that shit.
Let's think. 45 minutes it'll take me. Depending on what type of detonator I was going to use.
Like, I don't have time to travel to the Walmart. I don't say half an hour, call it an hour 15, give it take.
Yeah, say if I've got time material sitting right in front of me, 45 minutes. If I have to go and buy the stuff, probably about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe 3, stuff for a snack.
Oh yeah, like you're gonna raid McDonald's on the way to or from. You know, you kind of have to. Like,
All raises is about the efficiency of the ATF Explosive Division and where it really is capable of filling the mandate to prevent the act of domestic terrorism. Again, it's not stopping domestic terrorism. This is tracking the sale of shit.
mm-hmm. That's not what the ATF are for, Chili.
Can Joe Billy buy 15 tons of dynamite? No, he can't. He's only registered to buy 5 ton. Right then, let's go and talk to him. That's how it works.
Yes. Let's go find out why he bought that much dynamite when he's not supposed to.
Suddenly,
It could be an innocent mistake, such as he didn't realise he's only allowed 5 and misread the paperwork and read it as 50. Or
he put a 0 wrong somewhere.
yeah, or he's planning on blowing up something he's not fucking meant to. Let's go find out which.
Given the relative ease with which bombs can be constructed using a wide variety of available materials, again, that's the point, Chili. Half the shit in your house will make a decent bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you live in a car, so I beg your pardon.
Even still, half the shit in it. Like, you can turn a car into a bomb really easily.
Yeah, drain a fuel tank.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, all I'm saying, right? One of the components in a car is the best thing to use to steal a car. That's all I'm saying. Spark plugs are a car thief's best fucking friend, is all I'm saying.
Is that clear that the ATF is the best agency for the job, or that any federal created agency is going to have an effect on whether or not crazy people do crazy things? Hey, he's getting it. Some kind of cognitive issue here. And he's about to lose it, by the way.
Yeah.
In any case, it's worth considering the ATF's resources might be best spent in other areas. Areas of fuck you. Prevention by funding
You
mental
good?
health. We have mental health crisis in America. We do not have a gun crisis as a problem. You have 11 guns per citizen.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
an
a
issue.
problem. Think about it like this: if you as a citizen had 11 drinks to yourself a day, you would have an alcohol problem.
We
Like-
do not have an explosive problem. Mentally, you don't. Not so much. We have a mental health problem in this country. Again, yes, you do, but not in the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have mental health therapy for everything. Someone said my toe. Go to mental health. It'll help you. For fuck's sake, they have everybody who's telling them they're going to be alright.
Yeah.
Correct, go to Scotland. Then you see a mental health problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As someone who lives in Scotland, yeah. No, you'll see some fun shit. See, I'm willing to wager Scotland is the only place in the world where the mental health nurses have got more mental health problems than their fucking own customers.
Well, fair. Mental
Like-
health, be fair. Scotland is just like one giant mental health ward.
All I'm saying, right, is I have had more arguments with mental health professionals who were not dealing with me, but were dealing with friends of mine. I've argued with my friends' therapists on their behalf because therapists in this country are that shit. I know more about mental health shit than the trained professionals. One of my friend's therapists once tried to prescribe them fucking Adderall for bipolar disorder. That's the level of fucking useless we're talking about. Like,
Let's find a strong stimulant to some of the manic episodes.
yes! Because this therapist's logic was, well, your brain has the tendency of doing manic shit, right? So if I give you a pill that makes you do manic shit, it's kind of like treating someone with ADHD. It'll have the opposite effect. Instead of turning on the manic shit, it'll turn the manic shit off. Was his logic.
Which is not very good logic.
That therapist who will remain unnamed, still has his fucking license.
How?
I have no idea. Because, believe you me, it was not for the lack of fucking attempting.
Yeah, I have manic
Like-
episodes, so let's fuel the manic episodes. ADHD is a wee rhyme of the chemical brain receptors.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And this dumbass tried to treat bipolar like it was fucking ADHD.
Which wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm. You know that. I know that. This trained fucking therapist that went to fucking medical school for God knows how long to get licensed to do this shit didn't know that. I had to sit him down and draw fucking diagrams to explain to him why that shit doesn't work and why he was an idiot. Especially considering the other pills they were on.
Right.
If that friend had taken the Adderall, they would have fucking died due to the other pills they were taking.
His heart exploded.
Their heart would have straight out fucking detonated.
We fully watched, but still.
No, I mean like quite literally, they would have swallowed the pill, then 10 minutes later their heart would have gone poof, and they would have just dropped. Like...
Here we go. You're gonna love this next bit.
This friend was 16 at the time I want to fucking add, and I was 18, and I'm still pissed off about that. That fucking idiot nearly killed a kid.
Yeah,
Still has his fucking license.
You're gonna love
Fuck this country.
You're gonna love this next bit, by the way.
Fair. I've dropped my ball opening later. God fucking damn it.
Given the
Come
ATF
back.
track record when it comes to preventing bombings, it's not clear that adding the explosive version to the agency was really the best move in the first place. Here comes a good bit.
Go on then.
The truth is, the ATF is a hammer, and the American people are its nails. The agency puts nails in jail or in prison by changing the rules on us. The rules that are often arbitrary and unconstitutional. It is time for the Americans to put an end to this abusive agency and for Congress to reach authority over regulations of firearms. The Second Amendment guarantees the right to keep and bear arms, and it's up to us to defend that right. In liberty, delete laws.
That was painful to listen to. It was just...
My voice was the fact the words I was saying.
just the words. That was just... Sorry, I'm trying to like read and do the pod because I'm trying to like do some research for Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going out on Saturday to pick up a thing and to hang out with one of my friends. And said friend has invited me out to lunch, and I'm trying to get like the Greggs menu because I've got £3 in the bank, and I want to see if I can afford a Greggs on Saturday.
Nope. Yeah, that's
But,
the answer.
Yeah, the Greggs website doesn't have prices. So,
I can tell you can't.
that was out Greggs.
I bought Greg's about 2 months back before the shit really hit the fan, and it cost me £2 for a pasty.
I mean, that's fine. That means I can afford a pasty. Like,
Now he
just
has,
to go out for lunch. Like, I can probably talk said friend into buying me a bottle of Coke if I buy a pasty. Like,
now he has another
like,
one
they're
here.
pretty chill.
Why please don't answer questions? Pulled over. Why you don't talk? Actually, you should stop talking, period. It will help the world immensely.
Really would.
It will do us all a favour, please. Do it. Stop talking. Thank you. I would pay you to stop talking. Let's go. Get
Yeah,
pulled
Greg.
over by police.
Stevens, that's the name of the other one.
Can be stressful and intimidating experience, especially if you're not sure how to handle the situation. One of the important things to remember is that you have the right to remain silent and to speak with a lawyer. Please, Shirley, remain silent. Speak to a lawyer. Please, do it. Please.
Yeah.
We beg you. Unfortunately, many people make the mistake of answering questions from the police, which sometimes lead to unintended consequences. Now, unfortunately, Chili, I'm going to have to agree with you here. Too dirty now. Yes, don't talk to the police. Arrest you. Shut the fuck up and ask for a lawyer.
Yeah.
Should be the first thing you do. Then you don't open your mouth again until the lawyer arrives. That's
Unless you want to go to prison. Like unless you want to admit to the crime, shut the fuck up. That's,
Yeah.
It's the code.
That's available in both England, America, Scotland, Wales, Europe, America, Canada, Mexico.
Anywhere that isn't Brazil or Cambodia, really.
They'll just torture you to death.
Yeah. Whether there's a lawyer present or not. Like, they don't care. Korea, it wouldn't help in North Korea, I suppose.
We'd be shot.
Yeah, the North Koreas probably don't have lawyers. I feel like they don't fuck around with that kind of thing.
One potential pitfall of talking to the police when pulled over is answering the question that can lead to more questions. For example, if the police have asked, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" and you answer, I was going a little too fast. Obviously, my follow-up question would be, where were you going? The police can ask you anyway. It's an icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's to reduce tension. Or have you been drinking tonight? Again, if you've been whizzing across the road, like Chili does by streaming himself while driving,
Yeah.
and you're whizzing across the road, the probably think either he's high or he's off his tits. Let's find out which. Oh no, he's an idiot.
Yeah, or he's distracted while driving, which either way, you've committed a crime.
And the question, why do you know why I pulled you over for? Is a simple question. Most people have asked for simple mistake is, well, if he owns up to it, it's an easy night for me.
Like, if he straight up says, yes, officer, I know exactly what I did wrong, I have a good reason to do it, it's like, alright, cool. Justify it.
Yes, because yes, officer, I was speeding. Okay, why were you speeding? Look at the back seat. My wife's in labour.
Yeah.
And about to pop in any second. I'm trying to get to the hospital. Ah, right. Off you go, sir.
Yeah, or like there's a guy in your back seat bleeding out with a knife in his fucking chest. They'll understand. They'll probably give you a wee escort while they're at it.
Yes. Then ask questions. How the fuck you got stabbed? At
Yeah.
which point, you shut the fuck up.
Especially if you stabbed him. You know, or if you're, say, like, careening down to A1 at 500 miles an hour and the cop pulls you over. You know why I pulled you over? Yes, officer, I was doing ridiculous speed. Alright, good. But I have a very good reason to do that, officer. Alright, what was your reason then? Gavin. And Gavin responds, well, you see, there's 6 cars chasing me with full of men with machine guns and are trying to kill me. If 6 cars don't immediately pull up behind you with machine guns, the officer's going to assume you have a mental health problem. But if they do pull up, he's going to believe you and go, fair enough, drive, and then run back to his car and drive with you. Because that's a fair enough reason to be driving that fast. You're being chased by gunmen. That's fair.
Is your Irish joke? Paddy gets out of the pub for an hour drinking, gets to his car and starts driving. Normally he sees trees pop in the road, starts swerving left, right, virtually trading. Police officer catches them and pulls them over. Cop gets in, Paddy, what the fuck were you doing, mate? Swerving like that. So Paddy tells the story of the trees in the middle of the road, swerving from him. Cop goes, Paddy, that's your fucking air freshener.
That's a good one. That's worse. I can believe it happened as well. I can fully believe that there's truth to that joke.
Another one on the same lines. Paddy comes to England for the first time. His mate says, just follow the signs and you'll be fine. So he gets to the door, says push. Pushes open. Gets to the door, says pull. Pulls it open. Gets to the elevator, have a hernia. You want to start and try and figure out why?
Yeah, it took me a minute, yeah.
You got it now?
Yeah. Flip. I'm not even going to explain it. We're going to leave it. We're just going to leave it, and we're going to see if the
Put your answers in the comment section and see if you got it right.
Americans get confused. Like if you get the joke, don't put it in the comments. Just go into the comments and just say, I got it. Don't explain what. Just say, I got it. And then we'll see how many American people say they got it and see how many American people lie. It's like, I had to picture an elevator and be like, what the fuck? And then to like picture like opening the doors and shit, and I went, oh, I see. Fucking big sign, and I'm with it.
Anyway, I'll get back to this one. Irrespective of a crime. Furthermore, if you answer any one question, the police may expect you to answer all their questions. No, they don't. If you refuse to answer the next question, they may accuse you of not cooperating or obstructing justice. No, they don't. This will put you in a difficult situation and make it harder to assess your rights later on. It's important to remember that you're no obligation to answer questions that are incriminating to you or waive your rights. Now, see, there's a caveat to this point. Right? Just so you know. Right? Say the police arrest you and you...
is my fucking Wi-Fi dead?
No, you're still out.
There we go. Hello.
Hello.
There we go. Right. You were very silent for a very long time.
I was talking.
No, not on my end, you weren't.
Okay. Furthermore, if answering one question to the police officer expects you to answer all questions. If you refuse to answer the next question, they may accuse you of not cooperating, or even obstructing justice. This can put you in a difficult situation and make it hard to assert your rights later on. It is important to remember that you're not obligated to answer any questions that...
Wi-Fi dying. Is that what's happening?
Are you dying? Are you still alive?
I'm gonna check. I think my Wi-Fi might be dying. Hang on. Wi-Fi speed test. You keep getting halfway through the sentence and then just dying.
Alan, you try and read then. See how that improves it.
Possibly. Right, where are we?
Important to remember.
It's important to remember that you're not obliged to answer any question that could incriminate you or waive your rights. You can politely assert your right to remain silent and request to speak with the lawyer. Which lawyer? If police continue to pressure you or make accusations, it's best to remain calm and avoid escalating the situation. You have the right to protect you.
You just cut out there. Hello? Nope, he's gone. He's died. Ladies and gentlemen, he's died. Oh, where's my mouse?
This is coming back with normal results. Police ammunition to use
Welcome
against
back.
you. For example, if the police ask victims to search your car, you didn't hear any of that, did you?
You got to about protect your legal rights, and then you went completely off.
Legal right? What the fuck was that? You have the right to
Important
protect yourself and assert your legal rights. I'm with you. Yeah. There.
you got to there, and then you was dead.
Right. This is fun.
I have no idea what's causing it. It's not my end, I know that much.
Yeah. The reality is that anything you say to the police can and will be used against you in court. A court of law is what I should say. Even if you think you're innocent, answering questions can still give the police ammunition to use against you. For example, if the police ask if they can search your car and you say yes, they may find something incriminating, even if you didn't realize it was there. Like a yogurt stain on your console, they can believe it's methamphetamines. We've seen this on video. Well, yes, they can believe that, but then they'll do a fucking drug test on it, you reprobate.
Yes, police officers will have a thing called, at least in England they do, field test kits.
Yes, so they can give it a little swab and put it in a little thing, and if it glows blue, it's cocaine. You've seen police interceptors. It's a thing.
Yes. Then they take a sample of that to the big lab to tell you exactly what it is.
Yes. If it doesn't glow the colour of a narcotic, they leave it alone. If it does glow the colour of narcotics, they take it to the lab.
Hence why the police say we arrest you on suspicion of a crime. Not your
As
arrest
opposed
you.
to committing.
Yes. If they
So
catch you,
unless they literally watch you do it, they can't really say you definitely did it.
even if they watch you murder a guy, they still arrest you on suspicion of murder.
Yeah. Which, I feel like it's if you're the police officer and you watch him stab the guy to death, the suspicion part's not really needed anymore, surely.
Yeah, still to the jury's side though. Only a jury can convict you.
I don't know. Surely. Police officer witnessed you do it and it's been caught in 4K ray trace CCTV. Surely we can skip the suspicion sentence at that point. Sure.
No, it's got to say suspicion. Because the police
See, that just doesn't make sense.
Because the police officer can't arrest you, can't make a termination of guilt. That's a legal termination.
See, that's just silly.
And the arrest them saying you've committed a crime is a legal determination. They can't do that.
See, that's just silly. They should be allowed to do that.
It's like that Dow Brooks case, where I showed you the picture of him literally catching him driving through the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, you see him in the Jeep, and people bouncing off his bonnet. Right? But the police still can arrest him for the crime. They arrest him on suspicion of doing it.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
I just broke the bottle opening lighter.
Oh, dear.
Have I broke open the gas tank? No, we're good.
You dipshit.
No, I haven't. It's fine. It's just a plastic casing that's broken.
You're not going to die tonight.
Well, that remains to be seen. I could have a heart attack or an aneurysm live on stream.
In addition to pro-legal consequences, potential legal consequences,
The fuck are you at?
paragraph underneath that one. There are other reasons to avoid talking to police
Yes.
when pulled over. For one, you may be inadvertently say something that could make
There we
the
go.
situation worse. Additionally, talking to police can be emotionally taxing and even traumatizing. Conversations are traumatizing now. We've hit a new
Yeah.
low in society.
Welcome to the year of our Lord 2023. Let's set the world on fire and start again.
Especially if you've had negative experience with police officers in the past. That usually means you're a criminal and did something wrong.
Yeah. Like 9 times out of 10, you have a bad experience with the police. You've done something naughty.
If the cops know you by name, Chili, and they do,
Yeah.
that means you've generally been an asshole.
Like if they pull you over and don't even need your license and registration to know that your name's Chili.
Yeah.
They shut the window and go, right, Dave, pull the fucking window down. You've been too silly and or goofy for your own good over the fucking years.
There we are. When you're pulled over by police, it's critical to remember your right to remain silent and speak to a lawyer. Answering one question will
good
lead
point.
to more questions, which will put you in a difficult situation and make it much harder for you to assert your rights later. No, it doesn't. Because the
Doesn't.
point here,
You
Chili,
can-
there's
yeah.
another thing called Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the police do not read you that's Miranda. Then all questioning they've done up to that point is inadmissible in court.
Yes, it's off the books.
Unless you start spraying bullshit like you usually do. And they sit there and listen without asking questions, which they mostly do. Because people who are drunk or high have a habit of, bullshitting. A lot of the time. Word vomit. Throat diarrhea.
Talking random pish.
By remaining silent and asserting your right to speak to a lawyer, you can protect yourself and ensure that your words are not used against you in court. Remember, the burden of proof is on the prosecution, and you have the right to make them prove their case. Wow, we said something smart for once. You must watch.
It's a Christmas fucking miracle.
You must watch Law and Order.
At least once.
Anyway, skipping off from that, 'cause that's all I want to do on him.
It's a miracle. The motherfucker got a cable box. Holy shit.
Chili has new shit available.
Woohoo!
Still the usual bullshit there.
Case reports for free and a legally departed ebook. I'm intrigued by the ebook.
He wrote it. Don't be.
For £25, I am no longer intrigued by the ebook. That is an expensive fucking ebook.
Is these posters which have stolen faces of people who have died?
Mm-hmm.
Complete bullshit.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal, actually, doing that, but...
He has his new trifold.
Oh,
Yay!
$6! That's on sale. He's knocked $1 off it. Wow.
For digital copy.
$1.01 off in the sale.
For digital.
Wow.
Again, I repeat, digital.
Yep. For a fucking PDF.
We Don't Stop t-shirt at $35.
No.
And a women's version.
I'm not. If I saw that in a charity shop for a £5, I still wouldn't pick it up.
What I love is the Back to the Future writing script he's got going on.
Yeah. Do you know what I really love? Just look at the shoulders of that woman.
Yeah.
Right? No, from the back. Look at her shoulders. Now look at her hip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That
what
just... It doesn't look correct, do it?
what he's done, he's done what's called a cunt and shunt job.
Like, that looks like the most photoshopped thing.
And by the way, these t-shirts are not from like Teespring or something. What he's been doing is buying cheap t-shirts and print them himself, then send it to you via mail.
Ah.
So Chili has touched every t-shirt you buy.
Which, I mean, in fairness, given he was almost a Power Ranger, probably adds exactly 10 cents to its value.
Yeah, this is the new trifold.
I still love the fact that he was almost in the Power Rangers.
Oh look, more bullshit. Thank you, Chili. This was helpful. You're a warrior. Thank you for holding our public service to accountable. 5 stars.
Tracy's talking shit. No, hang on. That's from almost a full goddamn year ago.
Yes, it is.
May 1st. So that's not even this version of the Trifold.
No.
These are reviews for last year's Trifold.
What's even better though? It's like
So that's
May
false
1st,
advertising for one.
July 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one a month. Well, I guess we go
Ron's-
from May to July,
Ron's-
October,
Yeah, Ron
November.
Soder's there. Ron Soder just like, I'd like one for the car. I don't have the money now. I'm on disability. I'm 61. 5 stars.
Keep doing your thing, brother. Love it. Leonard, Rick Campbell.
Leonard Rick. How'd you get Rick from Leonard? Where does the Rick come from in the name Leonard? How do you get that?
By writing fake names and fake reviews.
Like
See?
how does that like if you're gonna horseshit it, at least make the nickname make sense to the actual name.
Oh, he's Wagner.
Richard Wagoner.
I'm a retired trucker who has studied traffic laws for years. I've just bought a ticket for
It's
no
not how you
driver
spell
license
fought.
from 2022 from JP Court through the Third Court and Criminal Appeal. The US RSD is an awful tax statute to convict me. An awful Texas statute to convict me. When I asked for their oath and their bond information, they dropped all charges and fines. More info at 325 5497.
5497.
I was giving a phone number out. No,
Nice.
wait. Richard Wagner, if you're seeing this, or still watching Chili's bullshit, let me tell you, what happened there was, you start spouting bullshit at the court, and the prosecutor sat there and thought, I have a murder case tomorrow. I do not spend 7 months in this court listening to your crap when I can convict a killer down the street.
You're not worth the time, effort, or money.
Piss off.
Yeah.
Great to have and know. Again, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Watch all the time. Don't have any dollar. Now, been spending my money on car trying to get it running, but would love to have one. You're great. Can you please send the instructional Trifold for free? I don't have the funds right now. I'm a fan of your channel. Really
Hold a
need
minute.
to build Trifolds for me and my wife.
These ones are from this year.
Yes, these
The other
ones
ones for. Why? Just why? Why? Chili, why? Why are you like this?
Yes, but I've noticed no like 3-star reviews.
Yeah, but why the fuck are you like this, Chili? Like, what? Why does it start with last year's reviews
Yeah.
and then go down to this year's reviews? Like, either do it most recent to last, or, preferably, like, best star rating to worst star rating. Like, what the fuck is this organization?
Yes, but then half is I'm fucking tracing the Trifold. You're
Yeah.
awesome. Tired of the police harassing me. Love your channel. Trifold will help you in time of need. When it hasn't have Chili yet. He's used Trifold exactly 3 times on camera and 3 times to go the ticket. Nice to have a copy of your rights in memory in our memory and what the fuck? Learn to spell. Oh, grammar, for fuck's sake.
But no, that is spelt right.
Grammar's fucking wrong.
Have a copy of our rights in our memory and glove box. Yeah. Needs a comma in there somewhere, but like, you know.
One of the important tools to use a traffic stop. A driving license. Registration.
Yeah.
Insurance is one of the most important things to have in a traffic stop.
Yeah.
I don't have money right now. I know it sounds pathetic, but you're right on. I would definitely support the cause financially soon. Don't offer license plates as well. What the oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, please tell me that's true.
No, he doesn't, but I know he'd have to.
Please, for the love of God, tell me Chili De Castro sells private license plates.
Oh, fuck me.
Tell me that's a thing. Please tell me this is a
I haven't
thing.
seen it.
Please tell me he does that. Tell
You go-
me he's literally committing a felony.
Here we go.
Antonio Hernandez just wrote Antonio and gave it 4 stars. Hernandez. What the fuck are you doing?
April, awesome job you're doing. Oh,
Fuck Donald.
bullshit.
Fuck the Carl guy. I want to know what fucking Hernandez is doing.
Oh, you asswipe.
Is he just informing us of his like the rest of his name? Is he Antonio Hernandez or Hernandez Antonio perhaps, or is Antonio just his comment on the
Yeah.
trifle?
Chili's left the ability to abuse these people who give nasty reviews. Look, enter your review here. Then your name. Then your
And your email
required.
address.
Anyway, let's have a
What
look
an
at his,
asshole.
let's have a look at his new trifle, shall we? Because he's put all on display now. Great. Let's go look.
Yep.
Filming cops. Yep. Of President. So basically, content go get the car. So that's fair enough. Extending stuff. Cops cannot stand stuff without probable cause or reasonable articulate suspicion. That's correct. IDing passengers. Don't talk to cops. If the cops has a probable cause to arrest you, he will. And he'll get your ID at the jail. No, he won't. You have to ID first.
Yeah.
Not in the cop's car. In some states, the cops can articulate RES legitimately, and on the camera you identify verbally only as good citizen. Oh, don't do good citizen. Please don't. You look like a twat.
Yeah. No.
Custom marijuana craft, yeah. Again, these are the right. See here, Chile, right? United States versus the Nando's. That's a Supreme Court case.
Yep.
That isn't. That isn't. That is. That is not. That is not. That is. That is not. So that is yes. Again, that is.
Excuse me.
Again, these ones aren't.
Mhm.
Right? In fact, the driver case, yeah, is not from 2017. It's from 1913, you twat.
Yeah.
Oh. Has he changed his mission statement any?
Doubt it.
No, still Terry Hago. Reform
Yes,
SCOTUS. I love how he's going to reform SCOTUS. I really do.
6 districts of 9. I don't even know what SCOTUS is, but 6 districts with 9 elected Supreme Court judges and a total of 54
Supreme Court.
elected Supreme Court justices. Oh!
That's
Why didn't you just fucking say that?
It's the Supreme Court. And currently, there is 9 Supreme Court justices. He wants 54 of the fuckers.
Hey.
Sorry, like SCOTUS is the federal Supreme Court, so the ones that overturned Terry versus Ohio.
Yeah?
Not Terry versus Ohio, oh, that was one. That we should have done.
I know what you mean. Like, the guys that can go back and say, yeah, that was wrong and overturn it.
The abortion one everyone's been using.
Yeah.
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 That's what they do.
Oh, fucking. Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of this. I mean, that's his podcast. We'll keep it up to date and whatever puts any more bullshit out. But
Yeah.
fuck me, that ATF one. Jesus.
That was so painful. Like, Jesus Christ.
How can you make so many errors, yet you correct your error, then still make the error afterwards?
Like, yeah.
It's amazing. Anyway, that's
Like,
enough of that.
It's actually a skill. I'd even go as far as to call it talent.
Let's have a look at Cold Blue Cams. For all your cop shenanigans. Let's run one.
Instantly, for the folks at home, I've opened a second beer. That's how I broke the lighter. I'm halfway through it. When that beer is empty, I'm going to switch back to water because I have work tomorrow. And my normal co-worker for tomorrow's shift is off this week. And a replacement scares the shit out of me, so I can't go to work hungover. So, 2 beer limit for me tonight. And then after that, we're back to water. So I should be sober by like, I don't know, hour 3 of the stream. He says, not knowing how deep into the stream we are.
I'll tell you, my dear friend. We are 2 hours 5 minutes.
Alright, so maybe closer to like hour 3.5.
Yeah, this is what I'm interested in. Why you should never run from a police officer. It's only 5 minutes. Let's break this one down.
Why not? Fuck it. Oh, I've been messenger messages. See who messenger did to me. Boop, boop. He's fucking dead.
Oh, it's a biker. This is
Oh,
going
hey.
badly.
Oh, 1050, 1050.
Daddy.
Send ambulance right away.
Did he bend it? I think my end skipped a frame or two.
I think he
Oh.
did.
Just accidentally turned the torch on my phone.
On May 31st, 2021, an Unalaska police officer observed a southbound motorcycle speeding.
Wasn't going too fast by the looks of it.
What state was maybe the Kawasaki? Just like the second one?
He's after the sports bike, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know back there. Get him, get him.
He stated the
Sick 'em.
33-year-old rider went against traffic in the northbound lane briefly to enter a parking lot before exiting to another street.
Ah, he's suicidal.
Yeah.
Lovely. He's an organ donor.
That's not a parking lot, that's a petrol station forecourt.
The officer pulled up to the motorcycle, rolled down a window, and asked him to pull over.
Pull over!
You shit Uber. Like the fucking, what's it called? Loudspeaker, megaphone. The fucking drop
The
down
rider
walkie
slowed
talkie
at a
machine,
curve
press the
and appeared
button.
ready to pull over, but accelerated at a high rate of speed after rounding the curve.
Don't. You did it.
Dickhead.
You don't accelerate to the corner.
The officer
He
briefly
accelerates,
accelerated but decided not to
fuck
initiate
me.
a chase after estimating the motorcycle had reached a speed of 100 miles per hour.
It's gone. That's
Oh, 1050, 1050.
He's not.
Send ambulance right away.
that just hit the back of that car, didn't it?
It did, yes.
As the officer
Yep.
was communicating with dispatch, he observed the motorcycle striking a vehicle which was stopped in the roadway waiting to make a left turn.
It was a fucking stopped car at that. Come on.
South and
So it's hit one of these cars.
Oh,
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 that's done. That should be on fire at this
he
point.
knifed it.
Where is he? That's what I want to know. Oh, there he is.
That blur.
you okay?
That little smudge on the road. Yes. Like that. You okay? I don't think he's okay, officer. I think he might be fucking dead, pal.
He is not moving.
The rider was ejected from the
Well, yeah,
motorcycle and
he's
pronounced
dead.
deceased at the scene.
Told you so.
You okay?
Of course he's not
Hey.
okay. He's fucking dead.
You okay?
Yeah, I got it 100 miles an hour. He's fucked.
Yeah, he is pterodust.
Like, that's like walking up to a guy with a gunshot in his skull and going, "You right there, pal?" Oh, he's been shot in the face. He's probably fucking dead. You don't
The
need
vehicle
to
was
be a
operated
fucking
by
medic to
50-year-old
declare
woman
that
who
one.
was injured and transported to a local hospital.
Just happened. Okay.
That's fucked.
There's a shop in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's... You must have it at some speed that you sent the fucking shopping out of the car. Like, goddamn.
There's probably corn.
Like my days. You know it's a good crash when you can't tell where the shopping begins and the debris starts, you know? Like,
Turn around.
that's how you know it's been a good fucking bang, you know?
Oh look, the corn.
Safety goals.
The magic barrier that stops everything.
Yep. To be fair though, they do work. Like,
Oh, they do. It's, until they
like if you're driving, you see the cones. Even if you don't read the highway code, you know to drive around that shit.
Oh, steal it if you piss.
305, I got
and
the
wear
short
hat.
plate.
Well, yeah. Or put it on top of a statue and make the statue wear it like a hat.
You know it's not a good night until you steal a traffic cone.
5951.
Oh, yeah.
AEA 5951. And try
Or better yet, a road sign. You know you've had a good
You
night
wanna
when you
just
wake
sit
up the
in your
next
car?
morning and next to your bed is a stolen stop sign.
No,
cool.
that's the best one. 63 million years in deep space. Where the fuck did it get this traffic cone from?
It's probably an alien traffic. They've stolen it from an alien planet, you know, fucking.
If you don't get that reference, people, watch Red Dwarf. You'll piss yourself. That's probably
I think they did, didn't they? Pretty sure they did. They stole it from an alien, didn't they? I think, if I remember rightly, or something.
no,
Like,
they just found it in the storage bin for some reason.
oh, okay. Why would a spaceship have a traffic cone on it?
That's the question, isn't it? It was a joke.
That's what we need, yeah. What? That's what it was. Someone got like too pissed during like the night before it launched and just stole a traffic cone and brought it aboard. That's what happened. Like,
To be honest, this podcast reminds me of fucking Red Dwarf, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, it's just slightly less chaotic. Like,
Really? You have a Geordie, a Scotsman, and a fucking Southerner on the show regularly.
like, none of us are cat people. None of us are holograms. None of us have been frozen in time before.
Well,
And none of us are addicted to fucking that very hot curry that I can't remember the name of right now.
Vindaloo.
Thank you.
Well, to be fair, the capitalist, you're probably cat. You're pretty much close there already.
I mean, yeah.
You've got the ears.
Like I've got the ears. I will shag anything. I am fucking sexy.
Frog is
And
probably
I do like food.
Frog is probably Rimmer.
Out of the three of us, Frog's probably the rimmer of the group, yeah.
I mean, he is a Southerner, and B, Grim Reaper's still trying to get him.
Yeah. Like, he's cheated death, just like Rimmer did.
And I'm probably
So you're the Lister.
yeah, I'm close to being Lister.
Because, like, let's be fair, right? A, not to be mean, you're a bit of a slob.
Yes.
B, out of the three of us, you're probably the only one of us that could actually comfortably eat Vindaloo. Like, I've tried it, and I can eat one, but not comfortably. You could probably comfortably pull that shit off.
I can drink it, shall we say.
Yeah. That as well. If anyone was gonna become friends with a hologram of a dead guy,
And a random cat person probably would be me, yes.
even taking the cat guy out of the equation, if anyone's gonna make friends with the hologram of a dead guy they used to be roommates with, it would probably be you out of the three of us. Let's be fair, Famanti. Like,
Oh yeah, because I want to. If he's dead, I want to make sure I torture him in death as well.
exactly. Like you're the guy in the group that would do that.
Oh yes, easily. Like I say, if you die, I'm going to reincarnate you as a hologram, just so I can continue pissing you off.
I mean, I deserve such a fate. I'm a grade A asshole. Like, I think I'm one of the few people on Earth that has actually successfully weaponized autism. Like, when I met you, you were fairly normal.
Well, thy balls normal.
Well, you were slightly more normal than you are these days. And then we met each other, and now we're both just a little bit more fucked than we were previously.
Okay, I've got a choice of two videos for you.
Real quick before you do,
Yeah.
I have to make an obligatory statement of nice.
Nice.
A fellow Scalagrim fan. Nice.
Scalgrim?
Scalagrim.
Oh, right.
The Viking man. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Had argument once about how there's been katanas and longswords once.
My money, like if I'm given a choice, right? Let's like if I traveled back in time, right? Let's say I got fucking isekai'd, right? Travel back in time, right? And I've got the option, but like going into a duel, I've got the option between a katana and a long sword. I'm picking the European longsword. Because, like, A, I'm more comfortable with a European longsword than I am a katana. I've got more practice. And B, katanas really don't like getting hit against other swords. They're really not great for deflection.
It depends.
Like, of another katana, it's gonna be alright.
No.
Against something big, blunt, and, like, kind of more heavy, like a European longsword, it's gonna chip.
No. If you strike the katana on its edge, right?
If it strikes the edge, it's fine, but if it's blade on blade, you're fucked.
If you strike it on edge on edge, it's fine. If you strike a katana on its side where it's weakest, yeah, you stab it in half.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
remember, the katanas weren't used on the warfield. That was the Odachi and the Tachi,
Yeah.
which are much longer variants of the katana by far.
Yeah. And even then, I'd make the argument an Odachi and a Tadachi, whatever.
Yeah.
They're not katanas, technically, I would argue. Because the katana's like, it's got a slight curve to it, whereas to my memory, an Odachi's not that curvy. It's more of a meat cleaver kind of a shit.
No, the Odachi... No, imagine a katana just scaled up.
Yeah, like... No, you're not thinking of the Daitana, the two-handed katana. Because I'm sure the Odachi is the big bastard. It's
No.
like a big fucking meat cleaver.
You're thinking of the... what do you call it? The Zanpakuo.
No, we're both wrong. I'm thinking of a Talwar.
Yes,
That's
well,
not even from Japan. That's, I think, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Talwar's from... You're talking about the giant meat cleaver fucking thing. That's
Yeah.
Talwar.
That's a Talwar I'm thinking of, not an Odachi.
No, Odachi, it does have a
My
slight less
mistake.
curve compared to a katana, but it's basically a much more upscaled katana. The difference between Odachi and a Tadachi is an Odachi has a much longer handle, like almost like a 4-grip handle, where the
Yeah,
Tadachi
so
only
it's
has a
closer
2-grip
to a
handle,
Daitana. Yeah.
a 3-grip handle. But-
Even still, I'm gonna aim more towards European weapons if I've got a choice in the matter.
Again, it depends. I can use both. It depends on two.
As can I, but I have the preference towards European weaponry. They've got more chunk to them. They feel safer to use for like blade on blade blocking. You know.
It depends. In the isekai, it depends on the type of isekai I'm going into. If I'm going into a fantasy isekai, where iron and steel and that type of stuff, and mild steel is the norm, like a lot of them are, then I'm taking the Tamahagane steel katana
Yeah.
because it's more durable, sharpness is better, and given the armor most adventurous in that type of ways in those shows, I've got the advantage.
Oh yeah, the katana's got fucking cut 'em in two. Because in most of them shows, they're wearing just fucking leather and shit. So like,
Weather cloth, very low chainmail or plate armor,
yeah.
and if they
So
are
it's gonna
wearing
just
it.
cut 'em in half.
Even though they are wearing it, it doesn't extend below in the middle of the torso, and the open voids of the arms are a piece of piss to take apart.
Yeah.
If I'm going into a medieval setting, like say Vinland Saga and that type of stuff, or one of those like more medieval types, but like Lord of the Rings, then yes, I probably favour a longsword. Something I can bash someone's head in with, and not worry too much about the condition of the blade.
'Cause the thing is as well, right? Like if you got isekai into like Lord of the Rings, right?
Lord of the Rings,
If you're cutting around with a katana, you're gonna stick out.
and if it's kind of Lord of the Rings, I'll probably go with the hand and a half longsword.
Yeah. Even so, like, look, just my point, like, if you get isekai into Lord of the Rings, you got the option between katana and longsword. If you pick katana, you're a fucking idiot. Your options are become an elf, because they have swords that look a bit like a katana.
The curved blades.
Or, you can go work with the humans, be a human, and stick out like a sore fucking thumb on the battlefield.
Yes. Well, you know, elves
Like-
use daggers more than anything else. They don't usually use swords very much.
Yeah, but, like, their swords are still kind of curvy-ish, where, like, a katana wouldn't look too amiss amongst the mix. Like, so either way, you're fucked if you pick the katana. You're either with the elves, so you're not going to see combat very often. Because let's be fair. Or, you're with the humans, you're always in combat, but you stick out like a sore fucking thumb and are going to get sniped immediately by a fucking urukai.
Or, if you're going to Lord of the Rings, go for the Khopesh.
Khopesh would do great in Lord of the Rings. You're right there.
You've got a nice big curve for slicing. You also have the giant weight of the blade for getting cleaving right into their skin and armor.
Good cleaving and chopping. You've got that fucking edge that can be used just for, like, not the edge, the tip, sorry. At the end of the curve, you get it at the right angle. Really good fucking chopper.
Yeah.
Good for hammering too. If you get it at the right angle, fucking great little device.
Yep. And the
Got
belt
the
and
fucking
the
pommel,
deep
which is good for that too.
and a deep curve spreads tension along the blade very well, so it doesn't snap very easy. So the Khopesh,
Good. That's a good shout. A Khopesh would do really good.
Yeah.
Shit.
Khopesh would probably be my choice. Either a hand and a half longsword, so you get the full hand grip, or like half a hand grip at the back for like double-handed swinging. Khopesh would be a good secondary runner, I think. Filling that, probably a long staff with a halberd on top.
Like a traditional halberd, like polearm kind of a
Not
setup,
as long,
like,
not as long as the full polearm.
yeah,
I'd
but like
say-
close enough. Like maybe like a quarterstaff halberd kind of a setup.
Yeah, about 5-6 foot polearm, 5-6 pole use instead of the full 9 foot. For options,
Fair.
yeah. That's probably my choice of weapons, and like.
I mean, that's basically a bardish. To be fair, like that's a little bit taller than a bardish.
closer to the hammer and pick
Yeah,
type ideology. From
it's like kind of a bardish, but like slightly bigger.
yeah, about the hammer and pick from the 14th century, that type of thing.
Yeah, because the bardish is what I think like a 4 foot handle on the bardish. I think. Maybe 3 foot?
3 foot with the hammerhead, yes.
Yeah, because it's about sizes with like a mace or so is the bardish. It's
Yeah.
like usually one-handed, but can be two-handed if you need to. So it's like a bit bigger than that. Like it's...
Yes. It's about 3 foot shaft with a 1 foot head. So 4 foot rather. I would say I'll go to like 6 foot. I would have.
I actually thinking about it, I'd probably take a bardish either way. Like if we open it up to like all medieval weaponry,
Yes. What are you talking about?
I want a bardish, I want a horse, and I want a shield. That's all. I want a horse, a bardish, and a shield. That's all I need.
I'll probably go for a more fitted vembrace than a shield.
Nah, just a shield. Like the big circular motherfuckers that like
Yeah.
the Vikings used. It's like it takes up your whole fucking body.
Yeah, but if I'm using a staff,
One of them bastards.
if I'm using a staff type weaponry, I'll probably go for a triple thick vembrace on my left arm for deflection rather than using a shield.
I mean that's fair. As if I'm going with the bardish because it's basically an axe. It's a big axe. Let's be fair, right? It can still live on your hip. You know, so like axe / bardish, big fuck off shield on my spine. Bada bing, bada boom. Bit of a padded gambeson set up on the go. Fuck your chainmail, don't need it, I've got a shield. Fuck your helmet, don't need it, got a shield. Got a horse. My horse is gonna have some armor, because if the horse goes down, I'm fucked. It's a bardish, it's good for cavalry attacks. You know, fucking bang.
you're
Didn't get
going for
used
the-
much with cavalry, but it makes a really good cavalry weapon.
So you're going for more mobility rather than defense.
I mean, realistically, yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go for like a mixture, like a side mixture too. I'll probably case like double sided vembrace, medium chainmail, and probably a leather or tabard overcoat.
I'd definitely take a tabard. 100% I'm taking a tabard. Like, it's gonna be like a cloth tabard for me, with just like my heraldry and shit on it, just you know, for fun.
No, I'll just put leather pad underneath it just for casing arrow shots.
Well, that's what my gambeson's for, and even then, I've got a shield. So, like, frankly, if the archer hits past the shield and actually hits me, he's gonna earn his paycheck by hitting me.
True.
Like, I've got a shield the size of me. If he manages to actually hit me, he's earned his fucking paycheck at that
To
point.
be honest, if say we're going into a full more depends what again. If we're doing breach techniques like storm castles and stuff, then I might just drop to a Drake. Especially against fully
Oh,
armored.
that's fair.
Especially against fully armored people, I'll probably switch to a Drake. That way I can pierce the edge of the armor much easier.
Like that's the thing. Like if I'm going up against like humans, like we're sitting this Lord of the Rings here. If I'm going up against like humans and elves,
Yeah.
I'm just going to be going with like axes, swords, those kinds of things. If we're coming into like the third age Lord of the Rings, right, where you got the Uruk-hai to deal with, right, you got the fucking orcs cutting about being a big problem, right,
Yeah.
with their big fucking metal armor and shit, you know, Helm's Deep and all that shit. I'm gonna start leaning more towards hammers and maces in that scenario.
Bludgeoning weapons,
You know,
really, to
like
break bones and smash
yeah,
limbs.
big bludgeoning weapons.
Yeah.
'Cause it breaks bones, it'll fucking dent up the armor to really help break those bones and fuck up the skin, you know, like that, because that's what maces and shit were designed for.
Oh yeah. 'cause-
Was you got a motherfucker in full plate, you can't get a sword through him.
yeah.
So you twat him in the knee with a mace and it breaks his fucking leg.
I mean, most
And then you
people,
can clonk him in the head.
I get to most people
Job
think
done.
most people think plate armor. Oh, there's gaps everywhere, and it's not. They were fitted very well.
They were very well made.
I mean, give you an idea, people, right? A medieval knight in full plate armor is welded into the armor.
He's, yeah,
full
pretty
campaign.
much. Yeah.
They piss and shit in the armor, and basically to get themselves cleaned, the poor bastard steward has to pour a bucket of water down the backs to clean
Yeah.
it out. You know, it's full on. They bolted into that armor. It's not a simple case of bolting on armor. It's like, yeah, you're in Knight Rivian for the full campaign, and they don't take it off until the campaign's finished.
Yeah, you live there now. You live inside this piece of metal.
Also, the joke of watching a knight fall off a horse can't get back up is bullshit. They can get up very easily.
Yeah. It's
Because-
like, while that armor is heavy, it's not
They-
that heavy.
It's a good £50 plus.
Yeah, it's like, it's drown in a river heavy, but it's not like, can't get back up heavy.
But you got to think though, the main problem with it is, right, we'll have, is, like I said, those knights train in that armor day in, day out.
Yeah.
They can handle the weight.
They couldn't swim in the armor,
No.
but like, if they fell, they could get back up.
Well, at least is one battles England had where it basically knocked the French knights off into the mud pits. And the knights couldn't get back up because it was muddy and slippy. And the British and light chainmail armor walked over and just started poking holes in them as they walked past.
That's the thing. If it's muddy and slippy and you're not used to muddy, murky ground, doesn't matter what the fuck you're wearing, you're gonna slip.
Yeah. Let's
You're
say,
gonna struggle to stand up.
I mean, a knight is basically a tank on legs, in terms. It's
Yeah.
your tanks. Heavy armor, walk in, not very mobile, and stamina rates are low. You then move on to your general infantry soldier, which is generally chainmail, tabard. Those are your main fighting force, which is up front and close and personal. Again, slashing weapons will hurt, but generally do dick.
You're
the
gonna
arm.
want more of a stabby weapon or a blunt weapon. At the end of
Hence
it.
why the Scotch created the Drake, to pierce
Yeah.
the British chainmail. On the other hand, though, you have leather armor, which again, iron hardened leather armor, which was common. So you rub particles of iron into it to harden it up. Could deflect most slightly sharp blades, which the average person would carry with them. Right?
Like it'll do the job.
It'll deflect it. We won't get pierced very easy. But again, though, right, they can be over-circumvented, but they're designed for people who want to have max mobility on the field. So that's your rogue types in leather armor. If you want D&D for nerds, it's your rogues. Fast
Yeah.
movers, stabby knives, then get around and take in blind spots.
Probably even your bards, to be fair, they'd probably even be rocking around with like leather and shit.
Yeah. Next one, like next class, they say the knight is your paladin or your fighter.
Yeah, paladins and fighters.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. They're gonna be your steel plates.
They're going to be your
So-
tanks, essentially. They're going to take the brunt of the damage and draw.
To be fair,
fire.
I've known a lot of fighter players in D&D go with like a light armor build, so they've got the boost to their decks alongside the strength of their weaponry, so they can get in, do an attack, and bounce back out.
I've
A lot of them
noticed,
tend to aim for like rapiers and shit as well, which is really nippy.
yeah,
but,
that's a duelist weapon. Or
Yeah, because like, it gives them extra damage. It gives them a dexterity buff because D&D 5e is broken as fuck. But it also gives them the range advantage in most melee fights because in D&D 5e the rapier is one of the longest fucking melee weapons.
Even though rapiers not that long, it's only 3 foot.
Yeah, but you know,
A longsword's about the same length.
yeah, like in D&D 5e I'm pretty sure it's like fucking, I think it's like 13 foot or some shit for the rapier. It's insane.
That is quite a long range for a sword.
Like it's
Anyway.
it's nuts.
The swashbucklers are your standardized fighters, ship fighters using shorter weapons, not fucking 13 feet long weapons.
Yeah,
But again,
doing more like cutlasses and things like that.
yeah, cutlasses and bucklers.
Yeah.
So they're designed for quick, close-in skirmishes where distance doesn't matter too much. Again, armor gets in your way. Right?
Actually, I've made myself curious, so I keep going. I'm gonna in the background pull up the fucking the D&D wiki, find out how big the rapiers are in D&D.
Rapiers, again, that's a dueling sword. It wasn't really a war sword
Yeah.
too much. I mean, yeah, the musketeers had them, some of the French cavalry had them, but again, that's because they wanted something fancy. It wasn't really a full-on combat weapon. Again, it wouldn't pierce plate armor. It would bounce off.
Yeah.
It was designed mostly for a duel to poke them in the heart with.
Sorry, I'm listening.
Still, a fancy sword. It did its job as a sword. Very flexible. Good pokey thing. But it's a bit... it requires more of a...
Weapon.
It's more of a... Again, it's a dex weapon. It's more of your wrist movements than your arm movements for power.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Hang on. I need to use the other handbook I've got on hand. Hang on. So where's that chapter 5? Right. Open this. Into here. Open this version of the handbook. Chapter 5.
Also, if you're in D&D, ideally, barbarians did exist in the real world. So did berserkers. Vikings had them. What doesn't exist in many of the world is double-headed battle axes.
Yeah, they're not really
They're
a
not
thing.
a real thing. There's some fancy design little ones made by blacksmiths for like showing off pieces for nobles. But double-handed battle axes was not a real thing. You do not want a blade pointing to yourself. That's idiotic, of the highest order.
Be funny though.
That's funny, but it's idiotic. Now, the Dutch axe, which the Vikings loved to use, that digs it. That was literally a massive blade strapped to a piece of wood.
Yeah.
It's like a massive piece of metal strapped to a baseball bat. Now, the berserkers were basically guys high on mushrooms. To be
I
honest.
mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not. Do you see hallucinatory mushrooms? And
Here we go, chapter 5.
Go on, how far does it have?
Hang on, I've not gotten. Fuck me, that is broken.
How bad?
Hang on. Oh my god, that's fucking insane. Sorry, I forgot how fucking broken wealth was in D&D. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, the money side of it.
Yeah, I forgot how scuffed the economy is. Honest to God.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Weaponry.
I was watching IO and the economy's pretty bad in that one.
Yeah, 5 years economy is just scuffed as fuck.
My idea of rations is 4 gold, which is nothing really.
I mean, yeah.
Whereas weapon enhancements is like 500 gold, which is quite a bit. Try and work up 500 gold.
Okay, simples. We don't want simples. Range. Martial. Flail, glaive, great axe, great sword, halberd, lance, sword, maul, morning star pike, rapier. Oh no, I stand corrected. They've changed how it works.
Alright.
I'm clearly thinking of 4th edition, or possibly an earlier version. So the way it used to work, right, to my memory, is weapons had a weight stat, a reach stat, and then like an extra stat.
Yes.
So the property. So say like with the club here, right, weighs 2 pounds and its property is light. Previously, from a very long time ago, it would have been weighs 2 pounds, is 4 foot long and light. That would have been the free stats.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to have gotten rid of the reach part of it, and it seems to be all weapons have essentially an understanding that they all have the same general range when it comes to melee, and the same general range when it comes to ranged. Appears to be how that's working.
Yeah, for what I watched when I was watching IO, which uses the
No,
5th
I
edition.
see. Right, no, they've double changed it. So ranged weaponry still has the range system
Yes.
in place. Melee weapons all have the same range.
Yes, it's still you have to be not next within 5 feet. 5 feet, I think.
I think it's 5 feet now. Yeah.
You're within 5 feet of the target to use melee, and range depends on the type of range weapon you're using.
Yeah.
How far it goes.
Because if I check here, the crossbow has a range of anywhere from 80 feet to 320 feet. Whereas the dart is 20 to 60, short bow's 80 to 320, and the sling is a 30 to 120 range.
Yeah. Because I know the radiation blast on IO, which is using basically a warlock cast spell, is something like 84 feet.
Yeah, that sounds about right for a spell.
Where someone had a pistol, which only fired, I think, 45 feet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay, and there are some melee weapons that have a range stat, but that's because they can be used as a ranged weapon. So the trident is one of them because it can be thrown.
Daggers as well has ranged value.
I'll double check that now. Yep, that's correct. Hand axe as well has a thrown range.
Spear, I imagine, would as well. A spear.
Probably javelin. A light you can throw a light hammer.
Yeah, you can.
That, yeah, you can, but I wouldn't have expected that to be there. Shows how long it's been since I read this shit. You're right. Yeah, the spear has a range of 20 to 60 feet.
That's still quite distant. I mean, for a spear, that's a fucking massive distance.
No, that's like how far you can throw it.
Yeah, as I'm saying, that's a massive distance, because in most Olympic throws only like 35 to... I think Olympics throw that.
That is, yeah.
If you
See,
also
but
have-
not really, because it's got the same range as the dart. The dart can only be thrown 20 by 60.
yeah, the dart's a light little dart thing. A spear, what? £5-10 for a spear?
I'll tell you, actually. £3. It's a £3 spear.
That's a light spear.
It's a very light spear.
That's too light for a spear.
Yeah, that's D&D. And the javelin is £2.
Oh, okay, a real world spear is about £5 to £10, depending on the head you have on it.
It's about that.
And you're probably 20 feet of throw distance before your fucking arm breaks. That's the weight for a javelin is about £3. Like Olympic javelin's about that weight.
Yeah, the D&D javelin, I've just seen it. Where is it? I've lost it. There is. The D&D javelin is £2, and then the spear is £3.
Yeah, it's weights are way off there.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's fine.
Anyway, back on the show with D&D.
Yeah.
Right. You have a choice of 3 videos.
Woo.
Woman
Bear with me
gets-
while I bear with me while I close the fucking I close the player's handbook and get back to the stream. Hang on.
Do 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 do
Do do do do do do do do do do do do do do do do. I'm back.
We'll 5 minutes craft on. Hurry up.
Yeah, here we go.
Right,
Right.
you have a choice of 3. Woman gets a 25 ticket and still doesn't care.
Mhm.
Guy meets Carmen seconds after he fights after he flees police.
Yeah.
Or most desperate attempt to avoid jail.
And hear me out. The moment of instant regret.
I've seen that one already.
Oh.
Right, it's interesting, but not. It's not brilliant.
Is it not as good as it looks?
Basically, this twat, the guy here, takes his friend on a joyride from police, and the police eventually crash into him, take him out, and just literally pull him over the car. Turns out the car was not even his; it's his girlfriend's.
Dumbass.
Yeah,
That's a shame. I was hoping it was going to be like, you know.
it's not bad. It's just like long-winded in places.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be like at least fun.
I haven't seen the other 3 yet, so
Eh. I'm not in the mood for the 28th ticket because that just sounds nippy.
okay. We have box stand man or crackhead.
Guy meets Karma or Crackhead Karen. Ooh. I feel regular guy.
Regular guy, 15 minutes.
Crackhead Karen looks like she's gonna do my tits in. So regular fella. Hello, darling. There's a funny, there's a face. How you doing, darling? Poof, into
That
a
happens in Vegas
cave
every night. Goes to
forever.
the bar.
Yes. Yes, you're not wrong. I've been kicked in the face many a time by beautiful women wearing nothing but robes and sandals. Yes, that is a frequent occurrence where I live.
welfare check in Toma,
It's
Wisconsin.
a real
The officer
plague of
explained
that
that
kind
he
of
may have
behavior.
to seize possession of a dog and wanted the deputy to provide help if anyone became aggressive. The deputy was familiar with the residence and its potential inhabitants. While en route, the deputy was also
Big yawn.
notified of a stolen vehicle complaint earlier in the day and was provided the plates and description of it.
So the cop
As
already
he
knows what
entered
his
the
family is.
property, he noticed the stolen
Mm-hmm.
car parked in the driveway with a female standing outside it.
Oh, stolen
He
car as
quickly
well.
notified dispatch
Stolen
of it
car.
and conducted the situation as a high-risk contact. As he gave
Makes
commands,
sense.
he noticed another female exit the rear passenger side and immediately recognized her as 19-year-old Savannah.
Hands out of your pockets. Now, sidestep to your right so you don't...
I'm sorry, is that...
If you're 19 and the sheer act of you getting out of a car is enough for a police officer to know who you are, you fucked up. You fucked up big.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're related to this police officer, that shouldn't be that easy.
Right. I bet call it a bingo book with all the crappers in his area. You know, day one you go to this place. Here's a book. It contains all the smoke shots of idiots. Memorize them.
don't trip. Hands up! Hands up! Now! Savannah, put your fucking hands up! Turn around! Turn around! Face away from me! Driver, get out!
Despite the deputy's
It's gotta be like the
orders,
knife
man
time she was
driver,
arrested
later
this week
identified
from,
as
like, being that
27-year-old
pissed off.
Austin Lynn, kept shaking his head and
Just-
refusing to get out of the vehicle.
Driver,
It's
get
like,
out of the
Savannah,
car!
put your fucking hands up. I'm fucking
Get
done with this
out!
shit, Savannah.
Get out!
Remember that last one we covered where a woman literally walked out of the police station and started trying to break into cars right from the jail?
Yeah.
Like it's
I
wafting.
like to imagine, like every 2 or 3 days she gets booked again, and they're just like, "Hey Sandra, hey Derek." Just
Sells this way.
like to imagine that's a thing.
She has her own
Like,
price.
I hope there's someone out there that's been arrested so many times they get taken into this like prison, right? Like the police office, right? Police station. That's the word. Get taken into the police station, right? And like they take you to the front desk, and like the wee woman at the desk will go like, right, what's your name, date of birth, all that shit. Don't even
Yeah.
have to ask.
It's a couldn't
Like,
pay
the
his
wee
job.
woman looks up, sees you, and just clicks one button on her fucking computer, and it auto sends your information.
She's got a bot ready to do stuff again. Yep,
Yeah,
how
it
you doing?
auto fills out the paperwork for her. It's just you, you know. And then like fucking, she'll be typing shit out, right? And she'll misspell something. It's at the point where you're booked that many times, she trusts you to look at the screen with her, right? You typing shit up, and like you misspell something, right? The wee woman misspells like Michigan or something, and like the person's been arrested, they're just like, yeah, there's meant to be a H there, Sandra. Oh, thanks very much, pal. Fucking add the H. I want there to be a criminal who gets booked that often. They become that close with the receptionist.
There probably is. I mean,
I want that to become a thing.
I guarantee there's probably a guy out there who's got his own coffee cup in the jail cell by now.
I mean, probably.
You right, Bob?
There's probably
Yeah,
a
fine.
guy that gets lifted that often. They've got like he's got his own private cell in the fucking station
Yeah.
where like only he gets to use it because he's in there every fucking night.
Cell 3?
Probably
Oh,
for
yeah,
being
please.
pissed.
The room's got a nice temperature, you know, it doesn't quite catch too much sun in the morning, you know, it's perfect.
You know,
Just far away from the schizophrenic patient, that's peaceful, thanks.
yeah, like I can hear him, but he's not nippy. Like
Yeah.
it's just at that right range where like I can still hear what he's saying and it's fun. But at 2 a.m. when he's babbling bullshit, it's not loud enough to be nippy. I can still sleep through it.
I must admit there, Jeffrey, yours is my favourite prison. I went down to the one down at Sargent Street. Not as nice.
Not as nice, no. 4 cells for the entire building. Fucking shithole. Not even got a water dispenser. Useless.
And let me tell you, the coffee. Ugh.
And the photocopier. Don't even get me fucking started. HP for a start. No fucking ink in it. Couldn't even print me fucking mugshot because it had ran out of cyan.
And the new
Do I
desk,
look fucking blue?
and the new desk sergeant. Oh, she's got some work to do, love. 3 words a minute.
How the fuck did she get out of the academy at that kind of a reading
I
pace?
guarantee, right? There's probably a guy arrested so many times in the town. He's probably got his own like fucking TripAdvisor page on.
He's got a TripAdvisor for like the police station.
Yeah, with best activities to get arrested as.
Nah, better yet, right? I know for a fact this isn't a thing. I want very much for this to become a thing. I want this moment right here to make this become a thing
What's that?
in the criminal underworld, right? I want like all the mafias and all the criminal organizations and like all the bad motherfuckers that do crimes to get together and make a website, right? Like a shared website that is reviews, basically TripAdvisor, on prisons and police stations and how they treat criminals based on crime.
Hang on, that's a question, right?
I want that to become a thing, and like to access the website, you need a direct link, and you can only get that direct link by like joining the mafia or something.
Right,
Like I want that to become a thing.
hang on, TripAdvisor.
And then add on 4 presents.
How about prison again?
ONS.
ONS.
There you go. Oh my, fuck off. Fuck off. There's no fucking way.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, right, okay.
I got 4.5 star rating.
These are prisons that like you're allowed to visit, right? It's not like I was gonna say they're not like normal prisons, they're like touristy prisons, it's fine. I honest to God thought.
Alright, there you go.
No fucking way, it's a thing.
It's on Facebook, apparently.
They're doing it on fucking Facebook. Yo, let's go! The prisoners are shitposted. It's true. It's fucking true what William Wallace said. You can take away my home, you can take away my life, but you'll never take my shitposting. So long as I am able to think, I will shitpost. You can take my Wi-Fi, you can take my mobile phone, you can take my computer, but you'll never take away my funny ha-has.
There you go. One give a 5-star to Glasgow notorious Barlin jail, while another rated
Bartley.
next for food and accommodation.
Fucking Bartley got a 5-star. The idea that fucking Bartley was given 5.
There you go. Stephen Smith wrote, had a lovely time.
Had a
Can't wait to
lovely
go
time,
back.
can't wait to go back.
Thinking of a duplex package next this summer. Yeah, the staff were great. 24-hour room service, fantastic shower arrangements, but most guests don't believe in washing themselves. John Gregg added, Gemma Place, food top notch, would highly recommend. Just to hear great value for money. Oh, they're shitposting, son of a bitch.
Oh my fucking god. Oh.
Oh, you.
Oh, I love it.
You
It's so
shitposting
good.
son of a bitches.
It's so good. That's the type of shit I would do if I ever went to prison. The day I got out, I'd be straight down a local library doing shit like that.
Mark Luffy just reviewed the comments. Not a bad joke, got own shower, which always helps. Food,
Was
full of craft, real good banter. But
Edinburgh Stockton Nick was slated by ex-cons. Gary Stevenson Hobbins called it a shithole, adding, "Believe me, done more porridge than the Free Bears on that one." Bruh. I want this to become its own website. I want this shitpost to become a website. I want TripAdvisor, but like prison sentence advisor, you know, like something like that. Just TripAdvisor, but for actual fucking prisons. I want it to be a thing.
I don't know, let's try this way.
Type in prison advisor. Let's see what comes up in prison advisor.
Head for review.
VIEW.
VIE. No, that's what image is it?
INMATES. Oh my fucking god, that's awesome. The one before Staffordshire. Brazil's fucking shortening people's sentences for reviewing the prison.
Great state of fire.
One lag, that's just a lad, cheekily said to of his stay, great stay for 5 years would go again. Given their own county prison summer. Cuisine doesn't go refuse. Staffordshire's 8 long. Faucet.
Okay.
I'd
4.6 out of
happily
5.
kill. No, I'd happily kill again to experience HMP Stafford's warm hospitality once more.
One of you complains about having changed her own bedding while another one salutes the best sauteed potatoes she's ever had.
Well, many of the submissions are clearly tongue-in-cheek, some give genuine praise. Yeah, we don't care about those ones. They're a smattering of genuinely heartfelt. No one cares. We compiled some of the most interesting and entertaining verdicts posted by reviewers on the site, including Derbyshire Prisons, HMP Sudbury and HMP Foston Hall, which are right on the Staffordshire border. Alright, HMP Sudbury, 4.6 out of 5.
Yeah,
Pineapple fan wrote, great, stayed there for 5 years, would do again. Stafford. Simon last gave it 5 stars and wrote, great vibe, good atmosphere, nice people. Spent my 30s here, would recommend. HP gave 4 stars. Food could be a bit better, otherwise good hostel. Not keen on early checkout. Hard to leave for some reason. Free gym and also provide a comfy outfit to lounge in, including pumps, which is a bonus. Better a bit of a nuisance, hard and plastic mattress. Not sure what they were thinking there. Probably trying to save money somewhere. Staff not too friendly, but overall would definitely stay again. Inmate 89101. Awarded HMP Stafford 5 stars and wrote, help, I can't get out. Otherwise, nice place.
Bob's your uncle awarding 5 stars award. Great hostel, food and bed, personally, first protection, gym equipment, and fresh room all for free. Only buy something that I don't get to keep the uniform. Can't wait to go back.
First star reviewer James wrote, lousy room service before.
Comfy
beds and excellent views over historic Stafford. Would happily kill again to experience HMP Stafford's wonderful hospitality once more.
Visit JCP gives 5 stars. Said, first time yesterday at HMP in Stafford. Visiting felt stressful, anxious before getting going, but once there, visit center's excellent service. With the lady who booked me in very helpful. My journey through to my visit was fine. Staff treat you with respect due to and do what they ask of you, and your visit will be stress free. Well done, Staffordshire. Count Norton Wardine, 5 stars, wrote, best road I've ever been to. I read the reviews and thought I'd get myself booked up. Although it was really hard, it took me about 3 months. Made it incredibly amazing review. Saw some great bars. Had some amazing slots. Expected to gain weight. Instead lost it. 30 pounds and now 5 stone. Really hard to leave. Wanted to stay a week. They wouldn't let me out for about 26. Overall rooms are quite small but amazing service. Got odd room service here and there. Showers were really crowded but was pretty clean. Had to change my own bedding though. Not happy about that. Michael Young gave it 4 stars, wrote, not bad for open prison for women. Great pads and women. They make the tastiest soy potatoes I ever had. No inmate James keep also give 4 stars rating. This car park was a handy spot to turn around in. Oh god.
Oh my god, I love this country. like I hate this country, but I love this country at the same goddamn time.
Oh, well, you didn't think it existed. Well, it exists.
Like I feel like Great Britain is probably the only country in the world where shit like this happens. Where convicted criminals go on the internet to review prisons, and it's funny as fuck.
Oh, it's on Yelp. Apparently, they're on Yelp as well.
Let's go!
Let's have a look at this one.
It's the most British bullshit, I swear to God. Anyway, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I need to pee again.
I would come back then.
I'll be right back. Don't worry, I'll entertain the people. I'll be like right back.
Do 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 do.
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster With Wix, you can edit your meta tags, page by
I think we've just seen fucking autism in motion, right? Pause.